Start with some character introductions for this Draw Steel adventure level 10. This adventure, you guys are going to start out on the astral plane, and you've tracked down a meteor or a comet that you believe there is a relic within that will help you decipher what is coming for the end of the world. There are enemies on your heel, hot on your heel, so you need to get it and get out as fast as you can. That's where we're going to start, but let's do some quick character introductions. So, Blood Tusk.
Oh, Blood Tusk was a warden of his land. He took care of it, but he kept running into these knights, and, rather than fight them, I tried to work with them. Eventually it worked out. And one day I found out I was a knight, so I did that for a while. And then periodically I would take vacations, and I think I took one too many vacation from the knighthoods. I'm not sure that I'm still a knight still, but I picked up some good skills from them and started shouting at people, and they would listen to what I said. So that's how I became what I am.
All
Master
right.
Blood Tusk.
Level 10 Tactician. Next we have Dewey. Go ahead, Dewey.
Rui grew up in the docks, scraping by on whatever jobs he could find. He had a best buddy, Trodden, who also was with him through thick and thin. But Trodden fell ill, and we always planned on these great adventures that we'd have. So I vowed then not only to help people who were sick or injured, but also to have the adventures for both of us. So here I am at the climax of my career.
All right. And then Sarn can't be here yet. Murder we haven't heard from yet. Sulfur, go ahead.
Sulfur is a devil born into a life of crime in the 7 cities of hell that is trying to redeem himself, and he is a 10th level elementalist. Lots of fire and moving people around.
All right. So, like I said, this adventure is you guys trying to save the world. So, in your researches, Dewey maybe is the most likely to have researched it, and the others of you have talked to individual Sulfur, might be as well, have been doing some research. And in your adventures, you've run across ruins, and you've run across inscriptions and signs that point to a destruction coming. And they point to a destruction that was 10,000 years ago that is repeating in a cycle. And you are reaching the end of the 10,000 years since the last destruction. So there are some that conjecture it could happen again, but most view them as conspiracy theorists and wackos and not in touch with reality. Unfortunately, you have seen evidence that this is probably true. You found long-lost civilizations that speak of great dragons streaking down from the sky. You would assume that means meteors or comets or such things, but you found other evidence that it could be actual dragons come to destroy the world. So you're on your kind of last of your expeditions to find and piece together what you need to know about where they're coming and how you can stop them. And that's where you find yourselves in space, walking into a comet where you find an ancient temple. And in that temple, there's an anvil on which you hope to find an inscription which will clear up the remainder of what you need to know about where and when the apocalypse will. So, start you guys off with that map.
Oh.
You are arriving at the temple through this archway here. The outside of the comet is rough black rock, very dusty, kind of flying off into space a little bit. As you move through it, you find the archway, you step through the archway, you can see a realm or a room, vast room, lit up with glowing bluish light from some sort of a chemical fluid flowing through various channels you can see below. There's an opening in the bottom of the comet so you can see out back out into space there. And across this chasm, you can see the anvil on which you hope to find the inscription that will lead you to save. So, your goal is to get to that anvil and decipher that inscription before you're stopped by enemy forces. You have been trying to evade cultists, trying to evade demons, trying to evade other things. And unfortunately, when you get there, you find that some demons have got there. So, you can see to the left and to the right, small little creatures. Sure. An abyssal eye atop a spindly flesh stalk supported by innumerable legs crawling along the walls. They're fixed to the wall surfaces. They can fire deadly beams at distant foes. So, given there's only 3 of you, there are 8 of these things. You can start your guys anywhere within 3 squares of the edge of the map there. Positioning guys where you want to be. And then for initiative, I'm going to actually have you guys roll initiative. So one of you, I'll pick Blood Tusk. Roll a d10. You want to roll high. Have the initiative.
Something with initiative. So it says, if I'm not surprised, I automatically win initiative.
Boom. Okay. So you guys win initiative. You're not surprised.
So there is that.
Yeah. So you can see these things. So I put the demons on the walls here. And then in addition, you see 2 more demons. They look like this. Demon Investigators This Vicissitators. Dangerous and horrifically unstable with flesh and bone in a state of perpetual agonizing flux. Their very touch results in agonizing warps to flesh, bone, and soul. All right. So you guys win initiative. That means one of you gets to go first. You can just, there's only 3 of you, so you can just tell me what order you want. If you want to indicate it to your friends or me or others, you can use IN2, indicates you're ready and want to go right away. IN1 means you're ready, and IN0 means you're not ready. So,
All right, so we all get focused, which is driven by our individual levels or whatever.
Yeah, you all start with your heroic resource. Starts with victories, and of course, at the start of the round, you're all going to gain some based on your class. And Dewey, you can pray if you want.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Not ready to pray yet. Okay.
If you make me pray later, that's showing that you're bringing the hurt.
Okay, Rel's almost here. Rel just had a time mistake.
And do we all, just question kind of establishing the group, do we all have ranged attack, or is somebody just melee?
I definitely have ranged.
Yeah, we do, I think.
Trying to remember everything my character did. Someone has a thing, go ahead. I'm still, I guess I'll set my initiative to 1.
Andrew's listening in now, by the way. He's going to join us maybe when he gets home with a level 10 character from scratch. Made as he's playing. So, Sulfur, you say you're ready to go? You want to go down?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Go for it, Sulfur.
All right. Sulfur will move up here, I think. Yes. Actually, no. Sorry. Yep. And now, I don't know. This is spelled viscous flame or whatever. I'm not sure if they meant to say vicious, but...
I think it's viscous because it pushes things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And on the demon straight ahead and try to push him
First roll's a crit.
off. Oh, nice.
All right, 12 fire. The thing takes full 12 fire. You're going to push him 4. He's got stability of 0, it looks like. So it's going to throw him right off the edge into the space. And he's gone, flying away.
All right. And
another action.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, how far away is that guy? I will... I'll just double move, I guess.
All right.
All
Welcome,
right,
Rel.
done.
Thanks for joining. I see you're not quite in roll 20 yet, so I'm going to have, after you go, Sulfur, one of these Vicissitators go. He's going to come up after Sulfur. He's got a speed of 9, real fast. 6, 7 to there. And warp, touch, melee 1. Ooh, do that at range 2. So his warping flesh reaches out to touch you, Sulfur, inflicting 9 points of damage when he does. And your flesh, you're slowed and weakened.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's only if I got a 17. Okay, so you're able to resist that. You only take 9 damage from his attack, and then that's it for him.
I will. Could I do my glowing eyes thing that does D10?
Go for it.
Psych damage to.
Got it.
Anybody who's done damage to me. There you go.
9 damage. All right. Rel, right in roll 20. Do you have the link for the roll 20? It's at the top of the Discord text channel. We're playing it. Blood Tusk. You ready to act now?
Sure.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot one big important thing. Okay, so I'm going to mix in with this combat a skill montage. And this is going to be what you went through to get here, kind of flashing back to all the stuff you went through, Sulfur, to get here. And it'll be everyone's turn. At the end of each of your turns, you'll get to do this. So over on the right, put up what a skill montage looks like. So this one's going to be a hard skill montage. And what these is everyone gets to take a skill test or a attribute characteristic test. And you need to succeed at 7 of them before you fail at 3 of them to have a full success at this test. Oh, we just lost.
I just refreshed. I should
Okay.
be back in a second.
So you need 7 successes before 3 failures. And we're only going to do the first half of the montage. You're only going to do 5. Each of you will get 1. And that's assuming Andrew joins us. Otherwise, it's going to be 6 successes before 2 failures, if there's only 4 of you. So this is your research, poring over ancient texts, comparing versions, finding connections. You're exploring all through your 10 levels of adventuring of various lost sites you found in ancient jungles, remote caves, the extreme poles of the world, or other remote sites in the world. Observing of the stars, watching for comets, meteor showers, eclipses, learning the lost languages for these various places you've been to, deciphering the alignments of stone circles you found, evading doomsday cultists that are trying to misdirect you, or you're trying to avoid their notice, misdirect them. And then finally sailing the astral sea, finding the comet complex, and exploring ancient ruins, actually. So, what skill or which of these things would you like to do, Sulfur?
Evade doomsday cultists.
All right, so you could use things like presence or reason, and skills such as, misdirection, deception. I don't know the skill names.
Yeah, I got lie.
Lie. There you go.
And pretty high presence and reason. So just hit the test
Yeah, and this will be
button.
a moderate test. So what you're going to need is, first off, oh yeah, you got a really high number. So this is a hard skill montage. Everyone's going to get 2 checks to make once on each of their turns. Total of success is if you get 7 before 3 failures. The challenges are defined. You can sometimes repeat some of those challenges. You can kind of make up your own if you come up with ones that really fit the scenario. And you only get to use a skill once. So your lie skill, you only get to use that one time. And it was a normal, a medium test. So with a 17 plus, which you got, you succeed with a reward on a crit. You didn't get a crit, but you did succeed. So that's 1 success. And what is great success field? There you go.
And then another, I have to do another one. Is that
Nope,
correct?
that's all.
Oh, okay.
You get to do one every turn. There's like 2 rounds, or every round there's 2 rounds too. All right, now
I'll do something. We'll see if it helps or not, but just to kind of try it out as team leader, which is I think a perk I have. When we start this montage, I will spend one of our hero tokens.
Okay.
So we've moved from 5 to 4, or however many to down 1.
Got it.
4 to 3. And all participants can make tests as if they had any of my exploration skills. So if you don't have climb, endurance, jump, lift, or navigate, you could use those skills.
I'm just going to click this so they have a list of them. There's this list of skills for climb, endurance, like you said, jump, lift, navigate. Cool. Okay. Blood Tusk, you want to take your turn?
Sure. I will look at the map here. I'm going to... I move 5, right? I believe. I'll move in that same direction. And I will use my... Strike Now ability.
Okay.
So that Sulfur can take a signature attack as a free triggered act.
Nice. What do you want to do with that sulfur?
Triggered action. Ooh.
It's one of your signature attacks.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do Viscous Fire again.
Okay.
On the dude in front of me.
Okay. All right. 14. So that's 10 fire, push 3. Got it.
And then can I, since I force moved him, oh, actually, no, I can't because I already used my reaction. Never mind.
What else, Blood Tusk?
I think that's it. I moved, I did a thing. I got a maneuver too, right?
Yeah, you do get a maneuver. You can't downgrade a maneuver to a move, unfortunately, but these are the things you can use.
Okay, and let me see. I've got marking a maneuver. That is maneuver. So I mark the same one. It's just out of range, but I could have marked it before if you don't care.
I don't care. Yeah.
Okay. So I will have marked it, which does things that I'll need to look up. But that's what I'll do on a turn. I'll mark it and I'll look up what that all means.
All right. Okay, we got the skill montage now for Blood Tusk. So Blood Tusk, what would you might have done in your guys' research?
Okay, so I get to... So we have... If I use something from the Intrigue skill group, I can get an automatic success. So I could have hid. I was trained in hiding from large foes. So when I see something particularly dangerous, I will have helped us hide from it.
So that could be under like exploring ancient ruins, for the various denizens that you guys had to avoid. Like
Yep.
Like Tyrannosaurus
We'll
Rexes and stuff.
Succeed on that.
Okay.
And I have another thing on montages, of course, which is I can both make a test and assist another hero's test on the first turn when I do a montage test. So
nice. Okay, so you can do an assist right now too. So assist if you have a skill, another creature doesn't. You make a test basically using your skill, and you can get in the way if you roll too low, helping them either normal or greatly, letting them an edge or a double edge. So look at one of those other things there. This is kind of tricky because you kind of got to know what one they're going to do that they don't have a skill for. So why don't we just hold it and we'll do it when their turn comes up.
Cool.
Because you would have known them a lot better than you know them now. By level 10. Okay.
Hey Tom, I'm around.
Hey Rel. Okay,
Thanks
well I'll
for
do a
starting
quick introduction for Rel, who joins you guys. He was like trying to close up the gate behind you. Rel, you guys are inside a comet. You're trying to get to this anvil that's over here, where you hope to find the last clue that will lead you to how you stop the destruction that's coming upon your world from dragons or comets or whatever that's going to impact here soon. So that's where you guys are at. That's what you're doing. There are some demons here up along the wall up here, and the wall to the south, and there's also one in the way in front of you. And at the same time that you arrive, another demon, even bigger than the other ones, kind of levitates up into view for the party. Here, flying So he steps here to the north of him and to the south of him, descend from the level you're on about 15 feet down to the level he was on. He's levitating up from the level he was on. You can see kind of dripping off of his body this liquid. It's almost like he might have like teleported into position there somehow. This astral liquid is dripping off of his body. He looks like this. Covetous is too soft a word to describe the avarice of a Orum Bos demon. He towers with a stack of crowns atop his ophidian head, a vision of opulence, excess, and absolute debasement. So you see him as one enemy and the other demons there between you and your goal. So let's do a quick introduction for your. Go ahead and tell us about Quarterman.
Right. Quarterman is a older fury. He's I think he probably grew up a little bit like within a gypsy like a nomadic community that intended to like rob people, and I don't think gypsy is an appropriate word to use nowadays. But this traveling band eventually fell apart. He lost everybody that he I guess loved, hung out with, and after some sort of incident with taking the wrong item from the wrong type of people. So the revenge that was kind of wrought upon his whole traveling crew ushered him into this life of an adventurer and being a polder, small, quick, fast, and innately a little bit tricksy. He proved to be like an asset for expeditions, not just into finding lost items, but also kind of being the front line. I think in part because of his just past guilt hanging over him, where there's a little bit of a death wish. Aside from that, he's kind of just ready to rock and roll.
All right. So in combat, you'll see some buttons if you hit your token that say IN2, IN1, IN0. You can just use those to indicate when you're ready to act. Initiative goes back and forth, so right now it's the monster's turn, they're going to go next, and then it'll be up to you or Dewey's going to go after that. You can indicate you're ready to go and you want to go right away with a 2, or you're ready with a 1, or you're not ready with a 0, and that's how we do it. So, monster's going to go next. Now that everyone's in the fight, I'm going to have these demons along the walls to the north and south of you guys go. Opticus demons. So these things fire out rays. They scurry along the walls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And their range is 20, so they can get to the middle no problem. Let's see, 11 squares to 13 to the furthest of you. So they are going to fire all 8 of them in unison to the north and to the south. So rays are firing at each of you. Each of you are going to get 2 rays. You'll each take the first damage that I roll here from this eye ray 1 time. All right, so they roll a 17 with this optical flare that they fire at each of you, doing 10 fire damage and ignoring immunity. So even if you're immune to fire, you're going to take 10 fire damage from these things. None of you are wounded, so they won't do any extra damage there. And then they're going to do their free strike damage again for the second one that hits you, and that damage is 5 more fire. But immunity does trigger there, so if you're immune to fire, you can take it off that second 5. All of you have a little bar for your stamina, so everyone else can see what your stamina is at. I encourage you to use that so people, the healer specifically, can see where you're. So those rays, 2 rays fired onto each of you. The first ray did 10 fire. The second ray did 5 fire and did not ignore him. First one. And that is their turn. And then next to go, it looks like Dewey's ready. Go ahead, Dewey.
Dewey is going to move up a little bit. Oops, that is not what oh, maybe it is. And I am going to try and fire my Ray of Wrath at I'll just fire it at one of those eyeballs, the one closest to me. And you've got a 2d20 button here, so let's push that. Where is this? Here it is, 2d10. 7. That looks like a 7 holy damage to the closest to the eye stalks.
Oh, wow. Okay, they're weakened 5 holy, so that's going to do 12 holy damage to the closest eye stalk. It survives it, barely. Almost destroyed it with that.
And then since I don't have a good maneuver, I'm going to think back at that time when we were trying to track down information about the end of the world, and when I had to travel to the legendary Temple of Katari on its mountaintop near the verge of space, where the protectors of the information store the 1429 prophesized end of the world and steal it away so no one can enter and find this terrible knowledge. So I stood on the steps confronted by the great defenders and used my prophet what is it called? Burgeoning saint ability to infuse myself with my God's holy presence, crackling with lightning and holy light. I told them of the doom that was approaching and said that I must inspect the archives. And hopefully I persuaded them to enter.
All
So
right.
I'm going to make
Make
a
presence persuasion check.
presence check with 1 edge because of my burgeoning saint power.
Go for it.
That is also not a great roll, but I
It's
get
got
1
no
edge.
modifiers, though. Yeah, you got to add all your modifiers.
And I get +4, so that's 12. What's an edge in the game now?
+2. +2.
14.
So you made middle tier on a medium test that succeeded with consequence. You can spend, if you want, a hero point to have no consequence without success, but otherwise you still succeed, though.
Sure, I'll spend a hero point.
Okay. Yeah. Done. You guys now have 3 successes on the test, meaning you basically, if you start getting failures here, there'll be more enemies coming after you. So at this stage, avoiding failures is good. Dewey, very good. After you comes one of them. I'm gonna have the big bad guy. He'll use his greedy hands action. Or use time as use this villain power. Warp time, targets teleport speed, and make a free strike. So this thing's gonna teleport at speed and free strike sulfur with a 4 damage sulfur, and then the little opticusses all around the place. So he's 20-foot burst, selfless allies. Okay, they're going to free strike ranged. 2 free strikes on all of you. So you're each going to take a total of 10 fire damage, minus immunities. It was 2 strikes at 5 at a time. So if you have 5 immunity, you take 0. And then the other thing is he will go. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 9. So he teleports right in front of you, sulfur. And then those multitude of hands, you can't tell which are real or which aren't. It looks like a scene from the Matrix as they're coming after you. 9 corruption damage sulfur from that, and then
can I use my ward?
Possibly.
It says it's a free triggered action, so even though I've already used my reaction, can I still do that?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Triggers are once per round plus free triggers. There's no the free trigger itself might say once per round, but that would just apply to that free trigger.
Yeah. So
wow, yeah, you can slide him 5.
So I'm going to slide him over.
He's flying, kind of levitating in space, so you don't think he'll fall.
Yeah, I'm going to move him closer to us, 5,
Okay.
to kind of put him between, somewhere over there or something.
Okay.
So now people can get to him better. And that's it.
Checking something with this villain action. All right. 3 villain actions once per end of any other creature's turn during combat. Once per. Okay. So he actually did that at the end of Dewey's turn. Is when that all happened, and then his turn comes next. Let's me add his turn. There we go. Okay, just had to verify that was separate from his regular actions. So for his regular actions, he will do Greedy Hands. It's got a melee reach of 2 creatures or objects. Actually, he'll move. Moves to there, flying, hovering along the ground, coming closer to Blood Tusk and Dewey. Then his Greedy Hands reach out to the 2 of you. 18 is a high result, so 24 corruption to each of you.
Ooh.
And if you have a reason of less than 6, which you probably will, you'll be weakened. Save ends.
What does weekend do again?
You have a bane on any power rolls. So just pick some icon for weakened, whichever you like. Does that to you as his action. He did a move already. He's got a maneuver coming up. See what to do. So he's done. And then looks like next turn's going to be Quarterbane. Go ahead, Quarterbane.
Cool. So I'm going to move 1 to 5, up to the big bad. And do you mind if we use the chat for just doing random rolls?
Oh, absolutely.
Need?
Yeah, you can use
Okay,
the chat.
cool. I still need to figure out my rage. Start of each turn. Oh man. Okay, I got some catching up to do. It's okay. I think I'll just try to make a normal attack against him for now. This is let's see, hit and run, which is so I'm a Guy's Armier, so I have 1 additional reach.
Yep.
And then I add so for that attack, it would be a 10, which is a weak result, which is, it's just flatly 7 damage, I think.
Got it.
Yes. And then I can shift 1 square. I'm actually going to scooch a wee bit closer just to kind of get in the way. And then also, since I have rage now, I can take an elemental form that allows me to gain immunity to a damage type of, most damage types. Corruption's one of them, so I'll do that.
Okay.
And as I'm getting my bearings, I think that's where I'm going to end it for now.
Okay, so now, I don't know if you were here for the skill montage. You guys are doing a skill montage right now. You've got 4 successes, and there's only 4 of you, so you need to get, I'll update this. You need to get 6 successes before you get 2 failures. No failures so far, so that's good. This was flashback to the research that you've been doing. We've already done research, so I'll just gray that out. Done research. You've evaded the Doomsday cultists, and then you're exploring ancient ruins. So what does Rel flashback remember doing to try and determine the prophecies of the destruction that's coming? So you could have found lost sites, observed the stars, learned lost languages, deciphered alignments of stone circles, sailed the Astral Sea to get here, finding this comet complex in the Astral Sea.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay, let's do try to find lost sites here.
Okay, so you could do, if you have like explore, see what, click your button, see what skills you have.
Actually, no, I think maybe I need to course correct a little bit
You
because
did a
my
thing-
exploration skills are not great.
Well, you can also use any of my exploration skills because of the thing I did earlier. So you could use climb, endurance, jump, lift, or navigate as if you have.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we look at, I'll say navigate.
Okay, so this is,
And
you know,
we'll-
using the maps and such to find these ancient ruins in the jungles or wherever you were searching. And the skill or the characteristic that go with navigate would probably be reason or intuition could also work.
Cool. Yeah, let's do our reason, which is
Okay.
pretty low.
Oh yeah, nice roll. All right,
Cool.
so that's tier 3 result. At tier 3 result for a miscellaneous medium test, wasn't a crit, so it is a success though. So now you guys have 4 successes, and that's halfway through the montage officially. We'll do the other half after you finish this battle. So you got here without any other enemies joining the fight, so the enemies you see now are all enemies you're fighting. And that's the end of the first round. And second round, everyone can kind of reset, decide what they want to do next. You guys are going to go first. Any one of you who are ready to go right away can set your initiative to 2. And you guys can talk it out amongst yourselves and pick a person to go first.
I'm ready to go because I can lift that weekend from my buddy, Sir Bloodtusk.
All right, any
Ooh.
objections?
No, that sounds great.
Go for it, Dewey.
Yeah, so Dewey uses Sermon of Grace and a 4 square burst. Each target can spend a recovery, anyone within 4 of me, and you can use a free triggered action to end one effect ended by a saving throw, and you can stand up from prone.
Go for
So I am going to end the weekend on myself, and my allies can end their
Yeah.
condition.
So I'll end that, and then spending recovery gets you how much?
1/3 of your
1/3.
maximum. So for Blood Tusk,
150 because of my armor, so 50 I would get.
oh yeah, if your armor wasn't in that 129, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that.
And you don't
then
spend
for-
do you
go
or
ahead.
don't you spend a recovery, David? I didn't notice.
I will spend a
You will,
recovery.
okay.
Oh, but I don't?
You can if you like. All
Yeah.
my allies can.
Yeah.
And then for my maneuver, I'll aid attack on my adjacent ally, whose name is.
Quarter?
Oh, Quartermain. Sorry.
Oh, there
Yeah,
it is.
Quartermain.
Okay. And then I will recall back to the time after
Oh,
I
you don't have
entered.
to. You don't have to do any more. You're halfway
No
through
more.
the montage. No more until you finish off
Montage.
these guys. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Yep.
right. Then I am done.
Okay. After Dewey, I'll have them go. Actually, after Dewey, I'll do a villainous action. Anyone wielding, you each get 2 magic items, which you may or may not have already, and you can definitely pick them while we're playing. Any of you openly wielding a magic item right now?
Yes, I have armor and I have a bow.
Okay. Anyone else? Else yet? All right.
Unfortunately, no.
You guys can look through the book and start picking stuff, though. No worries. In fact, I'm going to put this on you guys anyway. I'll just encourage you to pick something because you're suffering the drawback anyway. You might as well pick something. The 3 right in front of him. He's going to do greed is good, or no, hostile acquisition. That's what he's going to do. He's going to choose 3 treasures. So 3 of you guys that have magic items, he'll pick Quarter and Dewey and Blood Tusk. Till the end of the encounter, ethereal golden snakes burst from the ground and encircle you all, while the object's worn or held unless you drop it. So unless you drop it, every time you gain heroic, and the 2 of you that don't have anything yet, you can just say I'm dropping everything and not pick any magic items this whole fight. While objects worn or held, every time that hero gains a heroic resource. So basically, and also we just start a round, right? So at the start of that round, everyone should get their start round heroic resources going. Every time the hero gains heroic resources, director gains 1 malice.
So what are the heroic resources?
Those are like your focus.
Oh, okay. The thing, the class specific.
Yeah.
Things. Gotcha.
Yeah. Everyone
So
gets something
then
at the start of a
okay.
round, so you guys all could have got that right at the start. And some of you get it when, the first time a creature's hit each round, or first time someone uses heroic resource each round, that kind of thing. And you can track those however you like. You can pick one of the bubbles that aren't being used for your stamina to track it, or any other way you want. And also, and I need to start spending some of these, at the start of the round, I gained 4, 5, 6 more malice. So 6. There we go. Okay. So the end of Dewey's turn. He did hostile acquisition villain action 2. Then he's going to take his turn. Boss. And with that, he's going to spend 3 malices to do Covetous Bolts, which will be 2 creatures. They'll do Sulfur and Blood Tusk. Sulfur and Blood Tusk, you're taking... you got a crit. Wow. Okay. 24 psychic damage to each of you. And if your presence is less than 6... your dazed save ends. Dazed condition does. You only get 1 action or maneuver or move on your turn, and you can't take any triggered, re-triggered, or free maneuvers. And you can't gain heroic resources while you're dazed if he spends 2 more dice, which he will. So you two also can't gain heroic resources till dazed. So he spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 malice for that. That was his action. Okay, he's all done. So your guys' turn next. Ordermain, did you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna kind of circle around. So what's that little baby demon over there?
This little guy. He is a demon vicus, dangerous norvically unstable, flesh and bone morphing.
And he is currently my guy who is marked.
Yeah.
It's great to kill him off because then I can move the mark onto the big guy. So I'll just say a few things about Mark. So you get an edge on power rolls against it. If you hit it, I can spend focus to let you shift up to a number of squares equal to my reason score. So I can have you shift up to 5 squares, and you can hide if you want. When you make an ability power roll against a marked target, you get to roll 3 dice and choose 2 of them, and you spend 2 fewer heroic resources on any abilities that include the marked target, even if it includes other stuff.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
I'll paste it in our Discord chat. Maybe an easier way to look at it.
Okay. Let's see. We don't know what immunities these folks have, right?
I don't think we've encountered any.
No.
So far, they take damage.
You've seen
Cool.
fire
And if
hurt them, and you've seen holy hurt them even worse than normal. That's what you've observed so far.
Ooh.
Okay. If I step away from this big bad, does he get like a triggered?
You could, yeah.
attack?
Yeah, you could take a triggered attack. You have a maneuver.
Okay.
Disengage. Yeah, you can use a move to disengage where you shift 1, and some features and kits let you do more than that. As long as you're shifting, you don't provoke, but if you don't shift, you do. So you can do disengage as a move to shift.
Okay. Well, I took the move to move proper.
Oh, okay.
So if that's not a maneuver, then I can't get out of this dude's reach. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I'll take the chance and feel free to.
We'll do a
bop me on the head.
free strike on you, trigger free strike, doing 9 corruption.
Okay. And I have immune corruption. I think it's 5. Ugh. Okay. I'll figure it out after. I'll leave a note for myself. Okay. And now I'm gonna do all these abilities. It was what I was looking at. I'm so sorry. Okay. Make peace with your god, which is it's gonna cost me 5 rage, or actually 3 because of Blood Tusk's mark, and I'm gonna take a swing at the little baby demon. It says the next ability roll that you make. Next ability roll that you make this turn automatically achieves a tier 3 result, and you gain 1 surge. So I'm gonna spend that rage down, and that's an action. Wait, what? Next ability roll you make this turn automatically achieves a tier 3 result. Sorry, let me cross-reference something real quick.
And you'll get an edge on this. You will get an edge. You could shift if you need to shift. You will roll 3 dice and choose 2.
And you can still roll for your ability, just in case you get a crit and get another ability, even though you automatically got the result.
Okay, so I'm a little bit confused on this one. So make peace with your god is it costs an action to. Oh, this is a free maneuver.
It's a free maneuver,
I have it written down wrong. Got it. Okay, that makes life.
Free maneuver, the only thing that limits you doing it is just hero resources.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I use make peace with your god. I'm going to jab at this smaller demon and add my, that's it. Well, okay, automatically get a tier 3 result anyway. But I do gain 1 surge from doing that. And the damage is 7 plus 5. Okay, so it's 12 damage total, and if the A is less than strong, it's slowed.
Which
save
power?
ends.
Which power did you do?
Hit and run.
Hit run, okay. All right, yeah. If agility is less than 5, it's slowed, save ends. These buttons, by the way, you can click your token there across the top of the screen.
Sure, thank you.
You're the one token I did a lot of these powers for, so you have a lot of them
Okay,
button away.
I'll make use of them.
Less than 5 slowed. His agility is less. No, his agility's 5, so he's not slowed. Wow. Okay, but he does take 14 or more damage. You double check my damage there, but I think it's 14, not
Okay.
the kit. Adding the kit bonus to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And Teos, now that I've hit that dude, is there anything else I need to be
So
aware
you
of?
would have had an edge on it. Roll 3 dice and choose 2 in case that results in a crit.
Ooh.
And I think that's it because I can't do triggered actions currently. And I'm good to go whenever my turn is available.
Very good. Porter, go to roll 1d10 because you rolled a 9 on one of your 2d10s. So roll 1d10. Boom,
Cool.
you got a crit. All right, so that
Nice.
lets you take another ability, another action. Actually, you can do another action.
Got it. I'm just gonna stab it again.
Okay.
And
Does he get all the same
Oh, yeah.
bonuses, Blood Tusk?
yeah, 3d10.
Yes. Be all the
Okay, not a
same.
crit, but a tier 3 result.
You get an edge whenever you're doing a power roll.
Nice.
Got it.
So another 14.
Cool. And that
Got it.
ends my turn.
All right. That was quarter me. Now their turn. Let's do that thing before it's gone. It will attack back. It's going to go ahead and do there. We'll do a maneuver for 5 malice. Yeah, 5 malice. First, they'll go there. I don't know if this maneuver is a smart. Oh, okay, yeah, do that. Okay, so it moves there. Does soul flay, which is a maneuver. Understand my short. Soul distance 6 by 3 line within 1. Okay, so it is a line basically 6 by 3 long out from you guys, starting next to it. The damage, it rolled a 10. So that's going to be the first result. Both of you two take 4 psychic damage. If your presence is less than 3, so you have a presence of 1 or 2, you're soul flayed. Looks like, so that'd be quarter, you'd be soul flayed. Save ends on that. Soul flayed creature is bleeding, except stamina loss is 2d6. So the bleeding condition is when you make a might or agility test, make a strike, or take an action, maneuver, trigger, or free trigger, you lose d6 stamina, which you can't prevent after you resolve the action, except you're going to be losing 2d6 instead because of the soul flaying. And took it 5. That was its maneuver. And then as its action, it's going to do warp touch. One creature on sulfur. 13, that's the middle tier result. 12 damage sulfur. Ooh, flesh wound, which it does not have. Okay, so 12 damage sulfur. It's done. And then I think I heard Blood Tusk was ready. Go ahead, Blood Tusk.
Yeah, so I will do you can sleep when you're dead is my inspirational speech to you guys. So let's see, it's gonna be, so how many of us have the big bad did that where we are dazed?
You and Dewey have that.
Okay,
That's just you,
great.
Dewey,
So
yeah.
we are covered. So anyone within 3 of me, but that covers the important people or the affected people. We gain 2 surges. We can spend a recovery, and we remove any conditions or effects that are affecting us. And if we're prone, we stand up. So that way, I'm no longer dazed, and I can get all my triggers back. So that was my action. My maneuver I could shift my maneuver to the big bad, which is probably better. So I'll do that. I'll mark the big bad and no longer be marking the vicissitator. And then I'm fine where I am, so I will not move. I'm done.
Okay, their turn. The Opticus are all going to go next. There's still 8 of them, so they're going to fire 3 rays on each, or each of you are going to get 2 rays. The first one is a ability ray, the optical flare. They roll a 21 for high tier results, so each of you take 10 fire damage, no immunity. Immunity, and then with their basic attack, you each take an additional 5 fire. Immunity applies to that one. They are all done, and then Sulfur, your turn.
What does it take to do a recovery? Can I?
Recovery is, I think, a maneuver. Let me double check here. Catch breath, spend a recovery, maneuver. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to do that as a maneuver.
Okay.
That's
17 hit points left.
yeah.
Stamina
33, right?
Yeah, 1/3, 33. Yep.
Okay, and then with my action, for this to move your or is that mark gone? Is that mark gone from that
It's
guy?
on the big bad now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Your west.
So it doesn't matter what I do with this guy. Okay, then I'll move 1. I already used my maneuvers. And then viscous fire again, I guess, on this
Okay.
guy in front of me.
Ooh, another tier 3 result. Doing 12 fire damage, pushing him 4 right off the edge there into oblivion. He actually falls about 15 feet, hits the edge of that canal, and then plummets into space, dead.
Nice. And
Right.
then, let me see, that's action and maneuver. Guess that's it.
Okay. Next round, everyone. Okay, first of all, the two of you that don't have magic items that have the golden stakes around you probably want to drop your magic items that you don't have. So the golden stakes don't give malice to the bad guy. Blood Tusk, and everyone gets their heroic resources at the start of the turn. I get malice at the start of the turn. This is turn 3 now. 3. So I'm going to get 3 and 4 is 7.
Yeah, I can't drop my armor, so you will get malice from me.
Gotcha. Okay, I forget how much that was. Still acquisition. I get 1 malice. Malice. Got it. Everyone else done. Think about if you were ready to go yet or not. Put a 0 if you're not. Talk amongst yourselves if there's multiple of you that are ready to go. Let me know who goes first. Rel, instead of typing it, click your token and click the IN0 button. That'll put it actually in the initiative as a 0. There you go. See, Dewey's at a 2. Anyone else? Or is Dewey ready? All right, Dewey.
What was the effect on Quartermain with the eye there?
He's skin flayed. That does flesh, skin flayed, soul flayed. He's soul flayed. Soul flayed creature is bleeding, and so he's going to be losing stamina with everything he does, basically. Unless you hit it, it's a save ins effect.
I guess maybe I wasn't quite ready yet. So if somebody else is,
Okay. Anyone want to go? Blood Tusk, Sulfur.
I could go. Yeah,
Have
I'll.
somebody attack it, and then I'll go.
Okay, I'll do the flesh, a crucible. So it's 13 fire and then persistent 1, which I gotta pay this turn. Is that correct?
Persistent.
Or I gotta decide. It's something weird. Like I have to decide this turn if I'm gonna pay it later or something.
Persistent magic. Now this is old, so you have to look at the rules again. This is from a packet before, I think. Reduce essence earned at the start of your turn can't be negative. End at end of turn, drop any time, take damage, make a reason test. Yeah, so I don't think you have to pay it now. At the start of your turn, you'll get 1 less essence, and you can't get negative essence. So in other words, you can't maintain more spells and you gain essence at the start. But double check that because that was a packet or 2. It might have changed since then. Okay, so you're doing to it. The flesh is a crucible, heroic resource, spend your 3, heroic resource, range 10, and it's going to take, it is marked, so that's 14 becomes a 16, but that's still a tier 1 result. But you do get a roll.
I will give you 2 surges on that as a triggered action.
Okay, so that's going to do an extra 10 damage, right? Or do you just want to give it to Sulfur and for Sulfur to spend how he likes?
Yeah, you can use it on whatever you'd like.
Okay,
Well,
Sulfur.
I'll use it on this if I.
You want to use it now? Okay, so that'll be 10 more damage. So you're doing 23 fire damage. Got it.
And then, persistent 1. So hopefully I can do it again next turn. Okay, and that is it, I guess.
Okay, it's going to go. It's going to do its villain 3 power, no matter the cost. It is going to summon treasures from its vaults and cause them to explode. So it's going to basically place them, around you guys. So all of you inside the explosion areas. Got a tier 2 result, so you're going to take 15 fire damage each of you, and you all be pushed 2. It's going to push 2. Although stability for the dwarf is probably higher than that. Stability for the blood tusk is 1, so it just gets pushed 1. I don't know if there's any stability or not for quarter. Is it 1 stability?
0.
0? Okay. So all get pushed back. Actually, no, you're pushed from the center of the spell. I'm sorry. Actually, pushes you all toward him. Dewey didn't get moved, though. You all took 15 fire damage. That was his villain action. The end of Sulfur's turn. Now he's going to take his turns, and he's going to head and spend some malice.
Did that fire ignore immunity? Or
Did not ignore immunity. So you took none from that, right?
I took 0.
All right. Orum Bos is going to then do... he's going to do Covetous Bolts. Do 2 creatures, objects, 3 malice, magic, ranged strike. Does he have a bane for doing this with the enemies adjacent? Don't know the rule for ranged attacks with enemies adjacent. Anyone know off the top of their head?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, he'll do this on Blood Tusk and Dewey again. Covetous Bolts. Only the tier 1? No, tier 2 result. 20 psychic. If your presence is less than 5, you're dazed. Can't get any resources while you're dazed in that fashion. And he's going to do...
I'm sorry, that was on who?
That was on Blood Tusk and Deuce. Then he's done. Dewey, are you ready to go now?
Sure. Tell me again what dazed does to me, though.
Oh, yeah, you might want to wait and see if someone can undaze you. Dazed really limits you. You can only do 1 action or 1 maneuver or 1 move on your turn. No triggered actions.
You can remove your own daze, then you'd be set. I don't know.
Yes, but I would love to remove my daze from other people or the other effects from other people. But we'll do the German race. Get rid of my own days.
Anything else, Dewey?
And I'll spend a recovery. Blood Tusk can spend a recovery and end effect on them if they need to. And then I am done.
All right. Then
Can
next
I move back without it walloping me?
Yeah, it's got to reach it 2, it looks like. And, I need to double check that. I think it doesn't matter what it reaches. I think it's only when you're leaving adjacent squares anyway.
I'm going to assume back.
You can. Okay. So that was Dewey. Now their turn. The Opticuses on the walls to the north and south fire their fire rays out. So all 4 of you take 1 fire ray at full power, which is a tier 3 result. 10 fire, ignoring immunity. Shoot. If any of you are winded, meaning less than half, that damage goes up by 5. So like for sulfur, that'd be 15 fire. And then their free attack, each take 1 of these. This does not ignore immunity, 5 more fire. They are done. Then Quartermain, Blood Tusk, who wants to go next?
I can go.
Right, Blood Tusk, go for it.
I look up at this enormous, horrible villain and I say, "Your time has come to an end." And I will use maneuver double envelopment. Costs me a bunch of focus. Until the end of the encounter or I'm dying, anybody who deals damage to this guy will gain 2 surges, which you can use immediately if you want to.
Nice.
They generate. They're easier to damage. And then for my action, I guess I should use one of my signature abilities. Focus. Do this. I'm right next to him. So did we figure out on ranged whether that's a disadvantage, Bane or?
We'll say no for now.
Yeah, and I ignore Bane anyway. Okay, so I will do patient shot. So this is a. How do I do that? I just do a ranged thing. So on this, I remember all my stuff. So I have an edge on the power roll, and I also deal extra damage equal to my might, so that's 5. Oh, and I get a double edge, and I can ignore a Bane. Track.
Double edge means
and
it goes up a tier from what you roll.
Automatically achieve a tier 3 result.
Okay. Well, then what's the tier 3 damage total?
So the tier 3 damage should be 13 plus 10, so 23.
23, got
I
it.
believe. And then on top of that, what does an edge do by itself?
+2.
Okay, so then a +2, and then because it's marked, I get another two surges worth of damage on top of it.
Ooh, 10 more. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I think those are all the partridges and pear trees that I get from the.
Okay.
And I'm done.
All right, Quartermain, your turn.
Man. Okay, so throughout this entire fight, I've been neglecting a very important ability that reduces the damage that I take by half every
nice.
time I take damage, and lets me shift 5 squares. Or rather, shift a number of squares up to my agility, which is 5. So
That's cool.
does that trigger every single time, or is it like between rounds?
Which one is that? My turn?
No, it is Unearthly Reflexes.
Oh, yeah. It's a trigger, so that means it only goes 1 time per round. Let's see. Trigger once per round. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So a question that I would like to ask. I know that this dude is hovering. Would knocking it prone be the equivalent of knocking it to the ground? Or is that...
Yeah. Yeah. Effectively.
Okay. I'll just keep that in my back pocket then. Until then, I'll gotta roll. Gotta get rage. I don't see a button for rage.
You click your like lead button, the very first button. It kind of summarizes everything. You get extra things for.
Oh no, I'm pressing buttons.
The
now.
one it's like the very far left. Oh, if you've unsorted alphabetically sort token actions.
Okay.
Uncheck that. Far left.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'll have to
you can
find where
roll
that
it
button lives later.
if you want. T3 +1, right?
Uh,
Oh yeah, and first time enemy damages you every round, you get 3 more.
Right.
Is that right? Wow.
So this says per round, but it's actually per turn is when or at the start of my turn is when I get that rage.
Okay.
Based on what's in the packet.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm up to 10, and I'm just going to.
Time for the big powers.
Yeah, it's getting there. I need 11 to do some fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so with that being the case, I think I'll spend a little bit of it down and get some of my stamina back. So this is going to be Heal Breaker. I get 20 stamina just at a rage cost, and unfortunately that's 7 plus 7, and that's only a maneuver. So I'll use my action to just hit the dude again. I feel like there could be a better way, a more effective.
You get an edge and 2 surges.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
+10 damage every time.
Okay. Should I try to shed my bleed at this point?
At the end of your turn, you get
Or
to
is
do
it
that.
the end of the turn?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we'll do our hit and run.
All right. So 24 damage. And if Julie's less than 5, he's slowed, which it is. That also slows him. That takes the speed down to like 2.
Okay, and I'm gonna roll the edge as well, just to see what happens. Okay,
Boom.
so this should be
That's a crit.
a crit. Okay, cool. So I have no idea what the damage is.
It's 14 plus 10. So
And you can also dump surges into it to increase the damage.
that's what I
Right.
did. I assumed you did 2 surges. That blood dust. You could do more though if you have surges.
Oh, I didn't put any surges in. So what would have been the result?
With no surges, it's 14.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So I'll just sit on that and say that we dump the 2 surges into it.
Okay.
If I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah, you can. So that'll be 10 more, which I have on it.
Okay. And then I'll just shift over 1 from hit and run, and then I'm good.
All right. That is the end of the round. No, that's not. Is that? Yeah. Quartermain was last. Okay. So top of the next round, everyone gets your heroic resources. I get some malice. This is round 4, actually. 8 malice. And then you guys can think about who wants to go first. Hit the IN2 button if you're ready and want to go right away. Sulfur looks like he's ready and wants to go right away. Anyone else? All right, Sulfur, go for it.
So first, I got 1 less resource, so I can persistent magic on this guy, and I can use surges on that, or an edge on that, or how?
I don't know.
Whatever Blood Tusk did.
Is it the mark?
Yes,
So
blood
because
tusks.
it's marked, you get an edge on power rolls. You gain 2 surges on it, and if you need to shift, I can move you.
Cool.
Okay, so I would like to add that edge to that.
Got it.
Bam, which I think
Wait,
makes it.
that's not what an edge does.
Oh,
Blood-
whoops! I'm sorry.
Blood dust.
Edge adds.
Edge adds 2. Blood dust. You
Edge.
always give them the ability to roll 3d10.
Oh yeah. You always roll 3d10 and choose 2 out of the.
Oh, wow,
bunch
okay.
Because it's marked.
So that extra d10 that you rolled makes it a 14 on the die. And then with your ability modifier, that's going to make it a tier 3 result. Nice.
Okay, and then
For 26 damage.
yeah.
Got it. And that happens. So it's persistent. So does that make that free on your turn then? Or do you have to use your action on
No, it just says make a another power roll, but it doesn't say it uses.
Okay, you can look that up in between
Action.
turns. We'll say it was free
Yeah.
this time. Quarter, go ahead and make a saving throw.
And actually,
you
I'm
roll
also going to
D-
use
Roll d6,
another recovery.
d10 quarter, and a high result. That's a test. Unfortunately, you want to just roll a single d10 and a roll of 6 or higher saves. All right, so you still have the bleeding. And then you took some damage from the bleeding condition. 2d6 for everything that you did. That's on this list. So if you did a strike, 2d6. If you did it, if the strike's part of an action, you only need to roll that damage once. But if you did a separate maneuver, I think you did, that's another 2d6, etc. So you can roll all that damage for yourself for your last turn. And then back to Sulfur. Your persistent spell does extra damage, and then your turn. The rest of the stuff.
Oh, I used a maneuver, another recovery, and then.
Okay. I was saying that the spell does not use your action unless you find out it did.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Then we'll add a. What do I have? 8. Can I have the same thing going twice?
I doubt it.
Okay.
You can look that up in between turns.
I'll viscous fire it
Okay.
for another 12 fire. Push 4. Well, do I have to push? Because if I push him, I'm going to push him.
No, it's always up to. Yeah, it's always
As a
up to.
triggered action, I will give you 2 surges on that.
Boom.
Okay.
All right.
Or more
So-
damage.
Want to dump them in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's
20.
more than the basic mark, so it's a total of 20 more damage. 20 damage. I think you can use a max of 3, so it'll be 5 more damage, and then you have 1 extra surge left over. So
Okay, 1 surge. got
future
it.
use. Yeah. That's Sulfur. Its turn. It will go ahead and do. It's winded now, so it's going to have, while winded, Orum Bos has double edge on strikes, and strikes have an edge against him. So from now on, you all have an extra edge against him. He's got double edge on his strikes, so he'll go ahead and do Greedy Hands. He's going to spend 2 malice to recover damage. We'll do damage dealt. That's for that. And here's the Greedy Hands. This is going to hit Quarter and Blood Tusk. Ooh, only a tier 2 result. So 20 corruption to Quarter and Blood Tusk. If your reason is less than 5, you'll be weakened. Save ends. He spent the 2
I see.
malice to
Noted.
gain stamina equal to the damage he dealt, which was 20, so he'll get 20 stamina back. And then do some demon malice features here. Oh, okay. With 7 malice. Let's see. 7. One of the demons, those little eye stalks, morphs into a different demon.
That's fun.
Into another one of those Vicus-atators. So you see this one over here kind of morph and leap across to there, land on the ground there. He's a separate person in the initiative now. So that took 7 malice to make that happen, which I marked off already. And Orum Bos is done. Your guys' turn. Blood Tusk, Quartermain, Blood Tusk, ready?
Sure.
Go for it.
All right. So, does anyone need to spend a recovery?
I could.
Cool. Then I will move. So I shift. I don't know if I can get around because you're sulfur, right?
Yes. Sorry.
So I can't get around. Maybe I can't do it.
Well, he's flying, right?
Oh, so I can go under him?
Sure. Yeah, you can go under him.
Okay, so then I shift my speed directly toward an ally adjacent to the target. No, never mind. That doesn't.
No.
It's complicated. Let's see. I can do this. Do we have bad conditions on people?
Quarter is soul flayed, and so he's bleeding. Save ends.
No, that I'm gonna. Sorry. I said that out loud.
No,
I
it's
probably
fine.
do say
It's
that
all
out
good.
loud, actually. Now I can do this. That'll be. I'll set this up for later. So I'll do a lower focus. I will give you a recovery. So you can spend one ally with, well, it should happen. So I'm going to do Inspiring Strike, which will be just a 3 focus spend. It'll be a melee thing. And I get to thing to see if I roll better. And then so this does 8 plus 5, 13 damage. You can spend a recovery. Both of us get an edge on the next ability power roll we make in the encounter. Keep that note, edge.
Yeah. And who gets to make the recovery?
You do.
Okay. Sulfur? Or?
Yeah, Sulfur can do that. So you can get a recovery, and you've got an edge for the next ability power roll encounter. Then as my maneuver, did that guy... What are kind of generic... Are there generic maneuvers you can do?
Yeah, here's the list. Aid, catch breath, escape grab, hide, knock back, etc.
Spending a recovery. I'll do that.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
All right. Now their turn. I'm going to add in the new demon that just showed up. He comes rushing toward the battle. Speed of 9, so he's fast. He'll actually leap across that chasm there and straight up to Sulfur. And gets there to Sulfur. You can go ahead and do a warp touch on you, Sulfur. That's going to be 14 damage, Sulfur. And if your intuition is less than 5, you are flesh warped. Safe ends. Flesh warped creature is slowed and weak.
Okay.
Slowed and weakened is a speed of 2 for slowed. And weakened is bane on all powers.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'll
slide him 5.
Slide him 5 off the
Right
edge.
off the edge. There he goes.
Does that... And that... okay. What kind of damage was that?
The damage untyped.
Okay. Okay. 14 damage, and I'm weakened and slowed. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
Save ends. Save ends. Flesh. Okay. All done. Quartermain. Looks like you're ready. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I think
was gonna shove the dude in the pit.
Do we? You guys want to talk about it?
No, if Quartermain wants to go,
Go ahead.
they can.
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, I will use fire my Ray of Wrath at the big bad guy.
That sounds good.
And I can spend 2 surges on that, right? So
Yeah, Blood Tusk will let you
that is
3d10, take the best 2.
16. Oh, yeah, all right.
Roll another d10. Roll a 9 or 10. Or if you roll a 10, you get a crit. No crit. And
That's
no
okay.
better than that roll. So 11.
So that's going to be 9 damage, but I can spend the 2 surges that I've got, so that makes it
19 damage. And you might actually get up to the tier 3 result because you're at 11 to start plus 5, right? That's 16. Plus, he's granting an edge because he's winded, and you're getting an edge on the attack from the mark. So tier 3 result damage. What would that be?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be a tier 3. So it's 11 plus 10.
21 damage.
21.
Holy or anything?
It is holy, yes.
Right, 5 more.
And then I'm going to use, for my maneuver, I'm going to use Healing Grace. I'll target Quartermain. I can spend a Piety to... Quartermain, you can gain a recovery plus 5 extra stamina. And I'm going to spend 2 extra points for to end the... Wait, how many effects does Quartermain have? 1?
Just the one, yeah.
One in Quartermain
okay.
and 1 in Sulfur.
All right, yeah, then what I'll do is you spend a Piety to extend it to another target and lift the effect on Sulfur. Quartermain, you get to spend a recovery, and get 5 extra points of stamina. And the effect in sulfur, you get to lift the effect.
Got it. Thanks.
All done, Dewey?
And that cost me 3, and I am done.
All right, the optic scissors are going. All 4 of you are going to take this attack, the optical flare attack.
Just want to add a comment there that if you spent heroic resources, but it involved the boss, remember you'd spend 2 fewer.
Yes, good reminder.
10 fire damage to all 4 of you, ignoring immunity, plus 5 more if you're winded. I don't think anyone is. And then we got 3 from the south coming at you. These are 3 basic attacks. We're going to hit all 3 of you except for Quarter. Quarter, you will not take this second attack. Actually, they're smart enough to actually emit sulfur. So everyone but Sulfur will take this attack. This one is the free strike, 5 fire damage. Okay, that was all of them. Next goes Quarter.
When we take damage, we always round down on the house, right?
If you're like having it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Quick question. So we just keep getting ground down by these little eye stalks that are sitting up on the wall. Is there any possible way that I can go clean that mess off the wall? Like, are there ledges to stand on or anything like that?
Everyone's got a free ranged attack, a range of 5, but that's probably too far away. But you can leap down to here. That's 15 feet down, or you can come over here. That'd be 5 away from the first one of them. And then you can climb. If you do leap down here, 15 feet down, then you can climb up onto this dragon head and hit the 2 or so you can reach with melee attacks.
Maybe I might be able to just jump onto the dragon's head from here, because my speed is actually insanely high.
Right? Yeah.
It's 5 as a base, but yeah, another 5 from agility.
A jump. Part of movement, jump farther. Okay, you can run and jump 3 squares, basically. And then with a might test of 17 plus, you can make that 5 squares.
Okay, and I always succeed my tests.
There you go. So you can get 5 squares with
Do
a
they
range
happen to be minions?
They are minions, yes.
Okay, so if you can target one of them, I could kill them all.
Ooh.
Nice.
You would
Nice.
kill them all, but
In what manner do I need to do that? Like if I just threw something at it?
I have a triggered action where if you deal damage to a creature, never mind, you have to be hidden. One more condition. If you can
Okay.
deal damage while hidden, then if it's a minion, the entire squad is killed. Oh, wow.
Because Polder can they can just turn into shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason
Hiding also gives you an edge on ability power roll.
I think I have to use my action to do it, and I can't move. But it might be worth it still. Okay, once I get over there though. Okay, so I step 1, 2, jumping 1, 2, 3 onto
Sure.
Dragon's nose.
Yep.
So that's 5 total. We'll run up here. 5.
Right. I'm going to give
okay.
you a hero token. Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
sweet.
It's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Epic.
Nice. So I'm actually just gonna try to pop these 2. I think.
Go for it.
Okie dokie. So forward thrust, backward smash. Lets me. I think it lets me hit 2 targets.
Yep, 2
feel like I need
creatures
to-
or objects for sure. And that's a tier 3 result for 14 damage. Any other damage you want to add to that, or is that
I have a surge. I'll dump that into it.
all right? So 14, so 19 damage. So you kill this one. You kill this one and knock the body over to hit the other one, killing it. So you had your 4 over on 2, so it's 8. That takes that, and then the other body flung onto this one, doing 6 more damage to it.
Nice.
Cool.
I said,
Heck yeah.
And you
Sweep 'em
relieved
up.
my trigger. You did it all on your own. I knew you could kill all of them.
All right. What else, Quarter?
Cool.
That it?
That's it.
Okay, next round is round 5. Everyone get your heroic resources going. I'll get 9 plus 1, 10.
I want to pray this time.
Oh, go for it. Roll a d3 then. See what your result is.
So it looks like it's a 3, the best possible result. Gain 2 and activate the divine power.
No, you got to roll a d3 separate.
Oh, well,
you
the
always
intention
get,
is...
Yeah, you always get the d3 plus 2. I didn't know. I don't think that intent is that d3 is also the prey roll, but maybe it is. I don't know.
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay. There you go. Okay. Got my malice going. Your guys' heroic resources should be going off the roof. Who wants to go first? Blood Tusk?
I'm glad to.
Anyone
Yeah.
else? Okay. Go
All
for it,
right,
Blood
so
Tusk.
I will move. Let's. A little tricky. We are just. There's just 3 of us here. Oh no, that's never mind. I was looking wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna use Hit and Run, which is an 11 focus ability for folks enjoying that. So
Nice.
that's 13 to 2. So all 3 of us here that are closest to this villain, we all gain 2 surges. And we use a signature ability with an edge as a free triggered action on top of the edge that we get and the 2 surges. So I think it's 4 surges, 2 edges, whatever that does.
Nice. 2 edges means that all your rolls will be 1 tier higher.
Okay. And then 4 surges, because it's marked total. So as a free action, everybody gets to do a signature ability that way. That's step A. So let me do my melee surge here. Matters. So the oh, and I get tier 3 anyway. So I get to do 18 damage. Is that right? No, I get to do patient. So I do 23 damage to it, plus 4 surges.
So 43 damage.
And then, let's see, and then a double edge on top of that, which I already had a double edge, and I already had tier 3 result. What's that do? So I have 4 edges.
And I think it doesn't get any better. All you could possibly do was get a crit.
Because it's already tier 3, okay.
If you could roll 3d10.
All right, so that was my signature, and then you win the game. All right, so then the 2 of you get signature abilities.
All right, Dewey, go for it.
Okay, well, that's Lightfall.
All right, that is a 10 plus all the surges. That's holy, so 35 damage for that. It's a burst 2. They kind of changed the power, so I'm gonna have to use your other signature because burst 2 doesn't get the effect.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have no idea what my other signature is. I must have missed that.
Pain for Pain is one of them, but that's a melee 1. So I don't know if you can We'll say, for now, you can do a ranged in place of a signature. I mean, a free in place of a signature. So that damage is 8 for you. It's still going to be a lot. It's still going to be 28 damage.
Okay.
Got it.
That works.
Okay. And Sulfur. Sulfur is Viscous Fire, doing tier 3 result for 32 fire damage.
Nice.
Boom. You got that thing on its last legs.
And now that we've all done this, we can shift to and become hidden even without cover or concealment and even if observed.
Oh, nice.
Jeez.
Being hidden means you get an edge on ability power rolls against some creature can't target you with abilities that don't have the area keyword.
Sorry, again, is this everybody? Including
the 3 of us that are near it.
Got it.
So I can't get our friend up. And that was my action, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It's a nice 11-point spend. That's my most costly ability.
And now you're all hidden, so now your ability where you can then kill all the minions while you're hidden would kick in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, from below, but we don't have more minions. Need more minions. Maneuver-wise, what do I say? Aiding someone does what? An edge. It gives an edge.
Yeah, it gives them an edge.
Which you said multiple edges don't matter after a certain point.
You get up to double. Yeah, after double it doesn't matter.
I'll do it just in case something imposes a bane. I will aid Sulfur. Just in case. Done.
All right, their turn. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make another demon. Turn a minion into another demon. That was 7 malice. 6, 7. So now the last of those demons up their quarter turns into an actual full-fledged demon. And then I'm going to have the big bad guy go. You're all hidden, but demons have a special power called Soul Sight. What's this do? Each creature within 5 of Orum Bos can't be hidden from him. So he just sees your souls and zeroes in on you. And he's going to do Covetous Bolts on Sulfur and Blood Tusk. So Sulfur and Blood Tusk, you guys are going to take, it's a tier 2 result only, 20 Psychic. If your presence is less than 5, it'll be Dazed. Save ends. He's going to spend the Malice 2 so you can't get any heroic resources while you're dazed. So that's 5 more Malice for 5.
I am not dazed. My
presence
is 5.
5? Nice, okay. That is his turn. He's all done. Your guys' turn again. Looks like Quartermain and Sulfur both ready. Any preference who goes first?
Go for it, Sulfur.
All right. So first, I'm gaining heroic resource, bringing me to 11. I'm persisting my Flesh's Crucible.
Ooh, okay. Double Bane, so that's going to be a tier 2 result because of Double Bane. So 13 fire. You put any surges on that?
Yes, 2. Can I put 2
right?
on there?
2 for free, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
That finishes him.
Nice.
The main demon is dead. And now we go from there straight into the rest of the skill challenge. So minor demons keep harassing you and coming into the fight, but you now have got the main foes out of the way such that you can get to the second half of the skill montage, and we'll do that right after we take a break. Just show it. So the second half of the skill montage is you need to decipher the comet ruins, escape the unstable comet. You can do something to sabotage or delay or waylay the demons. during this as part of a skill challenge. Your ship has been overrun by demons, so you got to recapture that. Or you could teleport out of there using some sort of this astral fluid to teleport out. That'd be like Arcana, Reason skill with Arcana. Ship-to-ship combat to get back to civilization, and then gain an audience with the king immediately because you find out where the destruction is coming. And we'll do that all after the break. So break here.
Cool.
Let's come back at 10 after the hour. So outside of
Nice.
combat, you can use your recoveries freely. Does anyone have an ability or abilities that let people use recoveries without spending a recovery?
Do we start with recoveries? The
Yeah,
number
normally
that's in
start
our
with
class?
8. Start with 8, I think.
Okay.
Depending on class. Some have more.
Okay.
So you can spend those freely. Each one gets you 30 of your hit points back. You got a victory from the battle with the demons. Now we're going to do the second half of the montage. This is a hard montage, and therefore it is worth 2 victories if you fully succeed at it. You're halfway through it. If we look over here at the list of things you can do, now you're trying to decipher the runes on the anvil from the comet, and then escape the comet and get back to gain an audience with the king. And you find out where the impact is going to happen to try and gain the resources of the kingdom to move people and raise up any armed forces you think might help fight dragons or whatever else might come with the comets. So that's what we're doing with the second touch. And then that'll lead into a negotiation with the king, Arcurius, and the nobles to evacuate there. So during the montage, everyone gets 2 skill checks, basically. There's 2 rounds, and you've already done one, so everyone gets to take 1 try at one of these things, and I've done them all as being all being medium tests. The last 2, we'll keep them all medium. Generally, what I should have with these montage is like a couple of characteristics that go with them and several skills that go with them, but I didn't really get a chance to do that, so we're just kind of winging it with that. Anyone want to give a try at anything that remains?
Can I fend off the demons while they're
Yeah.
analyzing the
Mm-hmm.
runes? Okay, cool. I just want to be running around with my insane speed, drop kicking demons that show up into the
Into the abyss. Okay, good. Yeah, that's perfect. So with that, you're going to make a either might or agility skill test, and then do you have any skill that would apply? Endurance or anything
let's
like
see.
that? And I forget
Yeah,
what skill you used the first time, but you can't use that same one the second.
Okay. I was using Blood Tusk's navigation.
Navigation, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you got jump,
Yeah.
and there's plenty of jumping opportunities here. So you're running around,
Yeah,
and jumping, and kicking.
Let's do that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make a skill check.
And that's going to be 3d10 plus my.
Does someone give
agility?
you a 3d10? Is that something you get?
Sorry, I was wondering if that was because of the added skill. Like, do I-
Oh no, that 3d10 that was coming from the marked target of the petition. So you just get 2d10.
okay, 2d10 and then plus 5 to be clear.
Plus 5, plus 2 for your skill.
I'm slightly confused, but tell me if that's right.
That's right. And that's a medium result, tier 2 result, which for a medium test is a success with a consequence. So that just means my malice goes up 1 at the start of the next encounter.
Are these consequences something that we can alter with hero tokens?
You can spend a hero token to get rid of the consequence.
Okay, probably not. I mean, these are communal, right? So
They
maybe
are
we
communal. You have 3 currently.
should save them. I don't know, deferring to the rest of the party.
It's only 1 malice. I wouldn't worry about 1 malice, probably.
Yeah. All right. So that's a success. Who wants to go next?
Sulfur could. So I can't. I lied last time, so I can't lie
did lie
again.
last
Is
time,
what
yeah.
you're saying? Okay. So could I persuade to get gain an audience with the king?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So where does my guy do this guy? So it's a 12 plus 5 plus whatever I get for having persuasion.
2 more. So
So
you're at 19. Tier 3 result,
Yep.
which is a success. So you guys complete the montage, a complete success. Dewey can decipher the combat runes with the blessings of his god that he got for going to the mountain temple before you guys arrived here. And you discover that the danger location on your world is a place called the Stein River Valley. It's an area of agriculture in one of the greatest kingdoms of your world, and if that was destroyed, there'd be mass starvation, and depending on how many comets will be hitting, and evidently from your studies, sometimes it's more than one. Sometimes they break up into fragments and hit your planet on multiple locations. And you also think from the comet, from the ruins that you decipher, that there are dragons or a dragon involved in it. So you have that information. You get away from the comet. You get back to where you gain an audience with King Arcurius, and you have to convince him of what's coming. And so on your way there, let's see, now you're up to 3 victories. So your next encounter will start with 3 victories. You can spend recoveries as you like, and you arrive at the court of the king. 4 of you walking slow motion style around the corner into the great hall, all the nobles watching you, and in awe of your weapons and armor and such. But still, they all have their reasons not to believe you and not to want to do what you tell them, and not to try and, relocate hundreds of thousands of people potentially at your mere word. So you have to convince the king and his court, who are suspicious to start, that what you bring, the news you bring, is real, the danger is real, and they need to act. So, and do a
Is
negotiation.
this a negotiation?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to convince the king. They start out, and his court as nobles, they start out suspicious, which means they have an interest of 2. So this is their eagerness to make a deal with you, and you want to elevate their interest in making a deal with you. And if you can get it elevated really high, you can convince them, to throw in the support of the whole army, to, get people moving immediately, even maybe to grant you some sort of resources in addition to the army. To help you. If it stays at 2, they're just going to tell you to leave the court. They don't believe you. So you don't want that. And then they have a patience of 2, which means they're going to listen for a little while, but not long. And if you speak their native language, except Salian, their patience can go up 1. If 3 or more of you do, their patience will go up 2. So, what with the native language, these people? I'm looking at type of language. Basilorian, I guess, would be their main native language. So, does any of you speak Basilorian?
I do.
No.
We got 1, sound like maybe 2. So
I do not.
Okay, we got at least 1. Okay, so that patience immediately goes up to 3. So that's good news. At least you speak their native language. You're not relying on common. So patience up to 3. And now they're going to have motivations. They're going to have pitfalls, things you're going to want to avoid. Motivations are things you want to hit in your arguments to try and convince them. What do you know of these kings? And this king Arcurius, these nobles, is they are very prideful. King's very prideful and not necessarily highly benevolent. There's a list here of all the things. So benevolence, discovery, freedom, greed, higher authority, justice.
Tom, I have some things that may be helpful.
Go for it. Yeah.
It says, and I don't know if you think this applies or not, if you have a reasonable amount of time before a combat encounter or negotiation, and if I have at least 1 clue or rumor regarding the encounter or negotiation, then I can make a reason test as a respite activity. I don't know what kind of timing we're working.
We're not going to get a respite in between. It's a decision you guys can make. You do have enough time to do it, but then you reset your victories, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine.
Which would detract from.
I do have, I put it in chat, fast negotiator. At the start of a negotiation, I can learn 1 motivation or pitfall.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. So you want to learn a motivation or a pitfall for these kings and nobles?
Let's do a pitfall.
Pitfall. Okay. So while they pay lip service to the deities and higher authorities and that, they don't really believe it. They're just saying that, as a political end. So pitfall would be a higher authority. You don't want to call that up. You don't want to say that, do it for the gods or reason. So that's a pitfall that you know of. And then
That's a good one for me to know.
That's a good one to know. Definitely, Dewey. Anyone else have anything like that? So their motivations, they should have at least 2 of the motivations listed here, omitting higher authority. They don't have a high enough. Wait, no, their patience is up to, let's see, 2 motivations. Okay. Ask once. If the interest is 3, they may offer 1 up. So if you can get their interest up to 3, they might offer up a motivation. But until then, you're basically going to have to kind of guess or try to uncover. So one of you can ask 1 time. It's a reason, intuition, or presence test once. And then you might be able to learn what one of their motivations are.
Okay.
But if you fail it by too much, you'll lose patience with it.
I give everybody an edge on tests with intrigue, and if you want me to start things off, I get an automatic success. So I can just go ahead and do
that would be good.
All right, why don't you go?
So I will lead. Sir Bloodtusk gives a rousing speech about how important his belly is, and that there's nothing more important than having enough food, and that the way this comet or comets will threaten food supplies will result in many people being angry the way that Sir Bloodtusk is when he doesn't get a full meal, and nothing causes citizens want to rise up against a proper nation than being on an empty belly. So we can't have any of that.
Right. All right. So that'd be like toward peace, maybe, or toward protection, or benevolence.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, those 3.
I'd say towards peace.
Okay.
That's using the lead skills. It's an automatic success.
Awesome. Okay. So this is no motivation. It's a medium reason, intuition, or presence test. Go ahead and roll because You're going to get automatic success. What does that mean? Does that mean automatic tier 3?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Actually, I lied a bit. I can't use lead. I have to use something else. I'll say alertness. So I'll actually be, it'll be how we've got to be taking this threat very seriously of the comet and monitoring the skies, being, careful
Right.
about what's coming, being alert.
So the way skills come in has to do with your renown. And you guys all have plenty of renown. You're famous or infamous, your choice. And as such, if you're famous, you can use bleeding for sure. Why did you say you didn't think you'd use lead?
Because my particular ability says it has to be from the intrigue skill group.
Oh, okay.
So lead is interpersonal. I looked at the
Right.
wrong
In
list.
infamous, you could use brag or interrogate or intimidate. So basically, you're probably going to you're going to get success anyway. But it's going to be reason, intuition, or presence. Go to make a test. We'll see what you roll. I'm pretty sure you can get tier 3 no matter what. Okay. So that would be 12. Would be a tier 2 result, but you're saying auto success, so that'd think tier 3. So their interest goes up to 3. Their patience goes down by 1, unless it was a crit. So they're down to 3 interest. 3 interest gets them to where they're going to say yes to the thing, but there's going to be some complications with that. So you probably want to raise it higher if you want. But any try could also lower it. So you always have to weigh as a group if you want to keep going for better or take what you got. So with your rousing speech, the king and his nobles are like, yeah, that makes sense. We don't want everyone rising up. We don't want everyone out of food. We could offer some help, but it's gonna be limited. It's going to cost you. Do you guys want to keep negotiating?
I would like to.
All right, what do you want to try?
Okay, so while we were at the place with the forge and getting like the lay of these prophecies and that sort of thing, is there anything that I could have like taken as proof?
Sure. Yeah, and one more thing. Since you just got up to a 3 interest, that means they will let you know one motivation free. If interest 3 plus may offer 1 up. Okay, so their motivation is, they kind of indicate it in what they're asking for to help you, and that is that there might be some valuable riches that come with these comets, and they want access to them. So one of their motivations is greed.
Perfect.
Okay, back to you.
Okay, so if there was something that I could have taken from that forge that made it that adds credence to our claim, and so I'm a jeweler. I can make jewelry, and I would love to like sidle up to one of the nobles and kind of give them the idea that like maybe show off a little piece of what we pulled from this sacred place, and like imagine the I guess imagine the power that you'd be able to bandy over people. Well, okay. A little bit more subtle than that. Yeah, I'm not as clever as my character. But they would want to essentially like create a piece of jewelry or something that they could visibly wear to show that they are the saviors of these people, to kind of give them an edge
so that'd be
against
their
their
power. Turns out to be another motivation of theirs. So that would be an easy reason, intuition, or presence test. If you're like bragging because you're infamous that you got this from this comment, do you have a brag as a skill?
I do not.
Do not. Do you have persuade as a skill?
Nope, I have handle animals.
Okay, then you're making a easy check using reason, intuition, or presence with an edge. I mean, not an edge. What did I say? Just an easy check.
Okay, and is that the test button?
Yeah, test button. That's that. Ooh, okay. That's going to be a 15. Or no, you're a 14. 14. It's one of those 3 skills, but that's good enough to tier 2. And it's
Okay, do you want me to roll do you want me to roll another d10?
No, it's only 2D.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so that's plus 1 interest, so up to 4. Your patience is down to 1 now. So you basically, one more try would drop their patience to 0, and you get whatever you get. So the worst you're going to get, even if you lower their interest even with another test, would be still a yes. But now you're up to a yes with no but to it. They're just going to help. You want to keep going?
What would we gain from?
If you get their interest up to 5, then they're going to yes, and they're going to help you. So they kind of might get less difficult.
And we're at what, 4?
You're
we're
at 4
at interest
right now.
4?
Yeah, you're interest 4 right now.
Okay. I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt, right, guys?
Have at it.
And I have, that won't help. Silver tongue. You gain an interpersonal skill and have an edge. No. Okay, so I have...
So let me tell you a little bit. So you got... you can appeal to a motivation 1 time. So you've appealed to power already. So if you appeal to greed, it'd be easy again. But if you appeal to anything else, it'd be no motivation, would be a medium check.
Okay, so greed, huh? I have persuade, rumors, society. I would like to somehow appeal to greed. Now, I thought where Quarter was going with that jewelry thing was to appeal to their greed?
Yeah, so he, in the end, was talking about how they could display it to gain power over the populace, but in the same end, you could also
Yeah.
point out how much riches there might be there.
Yes, that's what I would like to.
So that'll make it, since you're appealing to greed, that'll make it an easy test. And then if
Okay.
you're both famous or infamous, your choice. And if you have any of those skills that are there, so if you look in the chat to the right there, kind of almost all the way down on the negotiation, it says renown. So if you have equal renown to the king, you can impress him and can influence him. So if you're famous, you get a pick. If you're famous or infamous, you get an edge for using one of those skills listed.
Okay, I do have persuade, and I would like to be
Famous, okay.
famous.
So you're going to get an easy check with an edge. Yeah,
All right.
no problem. That's definitely a tier 4-3. So +1 interest up to 5. Boom. Negotiation settled.
Nice.
You guys walk out of there with all the help of all the kingdom. And they look at your maps and your various, where you think this is going to happen. Oh, and also y'all got a victory. So you're up to 4 victories now. And the king is disturbed because up that river valley, there are various tributaries that come in to the Stein River. The Stein River is navigable way far north, and of course all the grain is centered there and all the trade is centered there, but there's various offshoots, and one of them, one pretty major tributary, has one of the wonders of the kingdom on it, and that is a dam. And it looks like one of the comets is coming right for that dam, and so he's very concerned about that. Yes, and it looks like that's where you'd want to be for the main strike to stop whatever comes with it. So got a map here of the dam. Little village underneath it, going to be destroyed Superman style. Should the comet strike, you guys can get there in time. The people are all being removed and gotten out of there. You can take up spots up on the ridge lines wherever you want to be and prepare for the final battle. And you automatically win, right? If you're not surprised.
Yes, I automatically win initiative. If we'd roll normally, if they automatically win.
Okay, let me grab your tokens there. Go ahead and figure out your heroic resources. So you're going to start with 4 victories. So you'll have 4 just off the bat, I'm sure, and then plus whatever your class gives you. And then malice is going to be 4 malice plus 4 of you times round 1 is 5. 9 malice plus 1 failure. So I'm at 10 malice. So your best estimation is whatever's coming is going to take out that dam. If you're up on this ridge line over to the west of the dam, or this ridge line to the east of the dam, you probably won't get flooded out. If you're right on the water line, there's probably going to be a huge flood coming your way. There's another ridge line over here you can take up a spot on. Or if you're on the lower ground, far enough to the east or the west, you might be safe. Maybe on the roof of a house, you might be safe. You're not sure. But you can put you guys wherever you want to be.
I'm doing it. I'm up on the roof of this house.
And you said they're coming from where?
Wherever it's going to be, you think it's going to strike the dam.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you guys can pounce on it and stop it from wreaking any more havoc. You don't know, unfortunately, of any way to save the dam. Unless you can stop it on its way in, but you don't imagine you'll be able to stop it. All right. And then you all, if you haven't picked magic items yet, you certainly can. And with your extra successful negotiation, resources that you'll have at your disposal will be, I don't know all the magic items, so let's just reflect this with everyone gets 1 additional, the word for healing surge, recovery, one additional recovery for everyone.
Nice.
Which echelon for the magic items?
Echelon, you're 4.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Okay. So you're waiting. You know it's the time. You know it's the day. The people have left. It's kind of eerie here. Water's trickling by in the stream. The birds and stuff stop chirping, and everything gets deathly silent. And then you see the light start to grow brighter and brighter, and streaking down from the sky, just a brilliant white light comes streaking straight toward the dam, smashes into the dam, and a wall of water starts flowing your direction. And then you see above this wall of water, perched on the edge of the dam, a dragon. The dragon seemed to have emerged from the comet itself, its body infused with crystalline starlight, which they can convert to near limitless barrages of white-hot energy rays. Even gazing at the visage for too long can forever sear the minds of lesser creatures. A meteor dragon here. And the wall of water coming your way over floods the village.
Oh.
Wow, nice.
The first round, you guys can stay where you're at. But then you're going to have to scramble by the start of the second round to some of the more remote rooftops. You can see the buildings you chose are going to be overwhelmed by the wall that's coming your way, of water coming your way. So by the start of the second round, you'll want to be somewhere else. And that's it.
We have 4 victories.
Yeah, 4 victories.
Fun fact, I get the ability to fly with 5 victories.
5. Oh, shoot. 1 too few. Okay. So yeah, let me add the dragon here in the initiative. So When the dragon arrives, the first thing that happens is its impactful arrival. In a 1 mile burst, all creatures and objects take 30 fire damage. Everyone with a might of less than 5 is knocked prone. That happens before we roll initiative. And then you guys win initiative. So on round 1,
We take 30.
you all take 30 fire.
Good thing I resist cold. This has been good.
Let me put the dragon actually.
Whoa.
Okay. Who wants to go first? Blood Tusk, Sulfur, Quartermain. You're all showing 2s.
Oh,
talk
that
amongst
was
yourselves.
left over. Sorry, 1.
All right, so tell me again about the water.
Yeah,
here.
so the wall of water during the first round isn't there yet. That's where it's going to be at the end of the round. So you can freely, just go back. You know it's going to get ugly real fast. So you want to move as fast as you can to the west or to the east. Get a rooftop further away, or get to the ridge lines, one of the two. Just moving the map to the back for a second here. So, yeah, you know if you can get back to this bigger, sturdier building, you might be okay. Or to these buildings to the west, you'd be okay. Or on the ground, west of those buildings, or east of those buildings. You'll be, waist deep in water, but still won't be pushed away. If you get to this ridge line somehow, that would work.
Right. So I have a thing that says, at the start of an encounter, you can use a free triggered action to use your mark ability against an enemy you have a line of effect to.
Okay, you can mark them, yeah.
And then I can move it up to 3 squares. So can I move it to where it will get hit by the water?
The dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, let's see.
I can
1,
slide the
2,
mark target up 3 squares.
3.
So I'll move it to, wherever I think it's going to get the brunt of the water.
Okay.
And I ignore their stability in doing that.
Okay.
It does say it can't be moved in a way that would harm them, such as over a cliff, leave them dying, or result in them suffering a condition or other negative effect. So
I think you're okay.
Okay.
So you move it basically down into the oncoming water.
Yeah. Just as a general thing, if you hide, if you're within 10 of me, you can move full speed while hiding. Moves people. I think I didn't choose anything.
These roofs are pretty easy to get off of. You can just slide right down into the ground, not counting extra movement. Move away.
Okay. I can just, so Blood Tusk can go. I will use one of my signature abilities. Okay. So I will attack a ranged thing. It is marked, but I don't have that ability I had before. So you don't get to roll the 3 dice, but I do have I gain an edge. I gain 2 surges that I can use immediately. Spend 2 fewer heroics for ability. So then my signature ability is going to be to deal tier 3 result 8 plus 6 14 damage, and I automatically shift 3 squares. I'll go to the bridge, and then I'll move my speed there. It's a maneuver. You said I can't turn a maneuver into a move?
Correct.
I do actually have a lot of ability, so I will spend 7 and I will use double envelopment. So whenever I'll do again the thing where everybody gets 2 surges for dealing damage to a target marked by me.
Cool.
All right.
That me only 5, and I attacked it, so I get 2, and I'm done.
All right. The dragon will take his first turn. Let's see. So the turns. Dragon takes up 2 turns each round. They can't take turns consecutively. They can use 2 actions in each of their turns and effects. So the dragon scales emit a 1 aura, transforms the area into the void of space. Any enemy that starts a turn in the affected squares can take cold damage, begin to suffocate. Each time the dragon takes damage, the area of the aura increases by 1 to a max of 5. The dragon deals additional 5 damage on their next ability. Okay, so the aura was 1, and now the aura is 2 because it took damage just now. And the water's rushing and kind of pounding it towards you guys. 2, 3, 4. Every square you move, he's going to take damage from tumbling through the water. And then when you hit something, you'll take more damage. The water, let's see, I'll have the water push 10. So that's 4, 6, 7, and then takes 10. And then for his movement, he's going to extract himself from the water, fly up into the air. So he's above the rushing torrent now, looking down upon the 4 of you. His move. He's going to go ahead and do a gravity well. All enemies and objects, each target makes a might test, 4 cube within 10. Cosmic tail rays, 2 creatures. He was going to do cosmic tail rays on Quarter and Blood Tusk, the 2 closest ones to the dragon. Rays of cosmic energy shoot out from its tail. Tier 2 result 21 holy damage to both of you. If your agility is less than 5, you're weakened. Save ends. None of you are already weakened, so the effect doesn't. And then...
And you said we are weakened now?
If your agility is less than 5, you're weakened now. Save it. That's 1 action. And then his other action, he'll do Gravity Well. He's going to do this on Dewey and Quarter. You 2 get to make a might test, and depending on your result, they'll have various sonic damage and dragon sealed effects. So this is Dewey a might test. Your might's +2, so that's 10. So that is 20 sonic damage to you. And if your presence is less than 6, your dragon sealed save ends. You emit golden aura, take extra 2 damage per square moved from falling, forced to move into obstacles.
Wait, what was that last thing?
Your dragon sealed, emit golden aura, take extra, it's on the chat there, extra 2 damage per square moved from falling, forced move into obstacles. Quartermain, looks like you failed as well. Oh no, 13, okay. So that's 16 sonic, and if your presence less than 5, your dragon sealed.
Actually, I think.
And that's its second action, and it's done its move, and doesn't have a maneuver it wants to do, so it's done. Who wants to go next?
Sorry, could you repeat what happened?
Oh yeah, it's over in the
Dragon
chat
Sealed.
there for your reference.
Okay.
Dragon's gravity well power. You took 16 sonic. If your presence is less than 5, your dragon sealed, which causes you to take extra damage from force. Actually, it does have maneuver it wants to do. For 5 malice, it's going to do this. So else 5, and it will do investiture of gravity in a 15 area burst. All dragon sealed creatures are the targets, which is I think both of you.
This was on who?
All targets vertically slide 10, ignoring stability that direction as if falling. So he's just going to smash the two of you into the ground. If you're dragon sealed, and it's 10, so it's going to be 10 damage for hitting the ground plus 2 more damage per square moved from falling and force movement. So it's actually going to be 30 damage if you're dragon sealed. He smashes you into the ground in the gravity well. All right. That was a maneuver. And then he's got Crescent Claws, which is a free maneuver. Once per turn, the dragon chooses a target within 3, makes a free strike against them. The dragon ignores banes when using abilities against the target until the start of their next turn. So this will be on Blood Tusk, and this is going to be a free strike. 10 Sonic.
Okay.
Okay, now the dragon's done. And your guys' turn. Who wants to go next? So the water is, basically up to about the bridge. The dragon's above it. As long as you aren't there at the start of next round, you're going to be in good shape.
Who was the other one who got the dragon?
That was
Quartermain.
Quartermain.
Quartermain. Okay, well, I'd like to go, I suppose.
Go ahead, Dewey.
I'm going to use the healing grace maneuver and spend enough so that I can target enough piety so I can target both of us, lift each of our conditions, the dragon mark, and give us each 2 recoveries. I believe that's, well, I'll figure out how much that's going to cost me. But then I want to move towards this building behind me. Can I wade through that water or jump over it?
You can jump over it.
How hard is it to get on top of the building?
1 extra square move.
Can't quite make it, but I'll use my Lightfall to teleport myself up there.
Right. Dewey's done. The dragon's going to go again. Dragon will use Cosmic Ray once on Quartermain and Blood Tusk. Cosmic Ray is coming your way. That is 25 holy. If your agility is less than 6, you're weakened. Save ends. If you're already weakened, you're dazed till the end of the turn.
Ouch.
Okay, then you'll do Cosmic Rays again on Dewey and Sulfur. Dewey and Sulfur, your Cosmic Ray attack is going to be a tier 2 result. 21 holy. Agility less than 5, your weakened save ends. And then you ended the investiture, didn't you? I think you did. Okay, so that's it for the dragon's second turn. And then who wants to go next? Sulfur?
Did I get targeted by this?
You did, Dewey.
And what do I take?
21. Sulfur, go for it.
Weakened. Well, weakened is.
Weakened is a bane on all power rolls.
Okay. Okay. So let's see if I got this right. Jumping
Free.
takes movement.
No movement. You can jump right off
Okay.
there. No movement.
Well, I was
Climbing
gonna
up
try
takes
to-
1 extra. You can jump as part of
try
your
to-
move if you want to just go from building to building.
Yeah. Okay. 6 to here. And then I'll just viscous fire for this turn.
Ooh, yeah. Nice.
And I don't know if he's immune to fire, but it ignores immunity.
Okay, nice. Okay. Blood Tusk, do you have the whole thing you got in the chat going right now?
Yes.
Okay, you get to roll another die to see if you got a crit, because your 2 dice you got a 9. So if you roll a 10, no crit. Okay.
Nope.
So no crit, but you can dump the surges in if you want. You want to do that?
Yeah.
22 damage there from fire. This thing's got stability 6, so you don't move it at all.
Okay. Well, actually, hold on. I was weakened, so I took a
1 bane, that's just -2, so you still
Okay,
got the tier 3.
all right. And then as a maneuver, what was it? Practical magic. I can teleport equal to my reason score, which is 5.
Nice.
5. So I'm going to teleport over to the other building. And that is my maneuver and my action, so I am done.
All right. After Sulfur, Quartermain.
All right. Well, I'm in a really rough shape right off the bat. So, with that being the case, I'm going to find a place to hide. I want to stay out of everybody's line of sight. Would it be possible to maybe behind a chimney because I'm small?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to use a maneuver to shadow meld. So I turn into a shadow. I'm pressed up against the chimney, and then I'm going to use. I could take my action and then convert that into a maneuver. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to
Let
use
me interrupt just for a second.
Mhm.
You were able to take 2 recoveries, and from the whole healing I gave. If
Oh,
you
I thought that
choose.
added to my recoveries.
Nope,
So
you get to
it
spend
just, it lets
2.
me use them instantly.
Yeah, you gotta spend 2,
okay.
right.
Yes,
That actually, I guess that puts me back up to full then.
It will.
if you want to spend them both, yeah.
Unless some of the
Yeah,
damage was after one of that recoveries.
I
Right.
can't. I think that some of it was.
Yeah, I'm sure you got hit by the
Okay.
ray after. So you took the 21 holy after.
Okay, I'll just suck it up for now. Put myself kind of out of the fight. So I'm still going to shadow meld. I'm just going to use the other maneuver to take the combat healing, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Catch your breath. Okay, and I think that's my turn. But currently I'm hidden.
Hidden, okay. Top of round 2. So everyone gets their heroic resources. Drag. See, there's 4 of you, so 5, 6. All right. And now the wave of waters washing over through the village. It's going to be a force move of 10. Anyone who's not in safety yet. It's pretty much all of you. So we'll go Blood Tusk. Or no, it doesn't have to be Blood Tusk first. Whoever wants to go first. Who would like to go first?
If I get 1, 2, 6, I get moved 10 straight back.
Yeah.
I will hit Dewey.
Mm-hmm. You will.
Is that?
You'll both take some damage when you hit him.
Does
You don't move
stability
yet.
reduce this?
You move on your turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You stay back. I'm just wanting to know who goes first.
And does stability reduce this?
Yeah, it will.
So I have currently stability 4 something.
It's pretty strong.
Mm.
And if you get east or west of the buildings that are full, so if you're like basically east of this line where the roof's, still intact in that building, or if you're west of this line where the roof's still intact in that building, then the water's shallow enough you won't get pushed in. Another thing that you'll have to worry about when your turn starts Tusk is that you're inside space now, the dragon aura.
I'm inside space.
Yeah. An enemy that starts their turn in an affected square takes 10 cold damage and begins to suffocate, as the aura is basically the void of space. Not until the start of your turn. I don't know who's starting.
Yeah, I have any terrific ways to move.
I kind of can, but everyone's too far away. Blood Tusk, are you good where you're at, or do you need to move?
I mean, it's fine. I mean, this void of space thing is a little weird, but I don't take cold damage. I won't take the cold damage, at least. So.
Okay.
Well, let me go first.
All right, Dewey?
All right, so I go back 10 minus my stability.
10 minus
4
stability.
for 6.
Or if you hit something on the way, like you can stop at that first wall you get to if you want, or you can kind of shift yourself to the side to
here?
keep going. Yeah. You'll take the damage of any remaining squares. So it
Okay,
won't
I'll
be much.
do that.
Yeah.
I'll smash into that wall.
Yeah.
And how much
However
would
many
I...
remaining squares of movement you would have.
that would be 4. How much would that be?
just 4 damage.
4 damage? Oh, that seems like it would be worse. But okay, I like it. Then I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does this get me out of the waves?
1 more square. Well, yeah, since for the northern building, it's intact above you. So yeah, you can say it does. If you can get to a building edge that's fully intact as you go north, then that's good. So that square there. But if you're further south, you have to be this square with 1 more square. But you're good there, Dewey.
Okay, now unfortunately we're all spread out, so the only person I can heal or help is Sulfur there, but I will use Healing Grace and spend the points to target me and Sulfur and lift both of our conditions and let Sulfur, you can spend a recovery.
Thank you.
All right, what else, Dewey?
And that is my maneuver, and I've got this dragon there, but I'm going to teleport myself up here for my move, and then I'm going to be finished.
All right.
Not move, action.
That was Dewey. Dragon's time. So first he's going to do, let's see. Okay, Burning Aura on himself. Till the end of the encounter, every dragon sealed and weakened enemy in line of effect will lose 1 heroic resource at the start of their turn to a minimum of 0. And then he's going to use Cosmic Ray twice with a double edge. So he's going to hit all 4 of you with a Cosmic Ray. I'll do the 2 north ones with the first one. So this is going to be Quarter and Dewey. The double edge, so it's going to go up 1 tier. Oh, so it's only tier 2. So Quarter and Dewey take the tier 2 result 21 holy. Agility less than 5, you're weakened savings. If you're already weakened, you'll be dazed. And then to the 2 south opponents, Cosmic Ray on that. That is the tier 3 result, so 25 holy to the 2 of you. Agility less than 6, you're weakened. Save ends. You're already weakened, you're dazed. I don't know what it'd be if you're already dazed from being weakened before, but we'll say you're still just dazed.
17. Or how much damage? 21?
25. Okay,
All
so
right.
the dragon does that with his villainous action number 2 at the end of Dewey's turn. Then the dragon's going to take his turn, and he's going to fly over the wreckage. Oh, we can't get y'all. Get you two in the aura. He's 15 feet above the swirling waters there. Let's see. Actually, he's going to lower to 10 feet above the swirling waters. He wants that blood tusk in reach. And then he'll do... he'll grab... No, he'll do cosmic rays again. So, same targets again. So I'll do Dewey and Order with this one. As tier 2 results 21 holy to the two of you, or less than, usually less than 5 weekend save ins. Already weakened, you're dazed. And then you'll do on the southern two, the cosmic ray. 18, that's tier 3, 25 damage to the two of you. Usually less than 6 weekend save ins, otherwise dazed. He's done. Next to go. Looks like I might have overestimated the power of the dragon. Don't feel bad. It's just a test run.
The whole time I've been looking, trying to find there's
Do I
something
have
I do that
anything I
gives
can
it
do?
lower results, but I can't find it in all the list of my stuff. That's part
let's
of the
go
problem.
next.
I think is learning my gun.
Okay, I think. Sorry.
No,
did
go
you want
for
to
it.
go? Okay.
Go for it.
I think I lost my. I'm trying to figure out if I'm still weakened. Just trying to remember the order of operations. The last 2 cosmic rays did nothing because my agility is 5.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember. I definitely got weakened at some point. But I
And,
can't remember if that's
Dewey
what was
took it off
lifted
of
or
you
not.
at some point, so
Okay.
you might be okay.
Okay, cool. If I'm underwater, am I still in line of effect?
That's a good question. I don't know if water surface blocks line of effect. For now, we'll say no.
Okay, so this is a little bit metagamey, but the
and
magic item
actually,
that
on the start of your turn, we're going to do some stuff. So when your turn starts, you're inside the dragon's aura. An enemy that starts their turn in an affected square takes 10 cold damage, and you begin to suffocate. That won't really matter. We don't need to track that. It won't last long. And then, of course, the water's going to push you into the building and push you 10 squares. So you'll go 1 into the building and then take damage from hitting the building of 9 damage. That's enough to break through the wooden wall there. Actually, with what's the breakthrough things?
I do have a
breakthrough. Wood is
ability of
3, so you're actually only going to take 3 damage. You're going to break right through the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hit that wall and take 2 more damage.
Oh my god. Okay. How much damage was the total?
You took 3 to go through that wall, 2 more to hit that wall, so 5 total damage.
Okay, I think I'm down to 62. Okay, so start of my turn. Let me get the rage out of the way. Okay.
And if you, from your current position, were to get 5 squares west, you'd be out of the force move.
Okay. Are we all going to be trudging at some point, or are we all going to be swimming?
Oh no, this is the scope of it. So once you get 5 squares west, you're good. It won't get worse than it currently is.
All right. Well, okay. Okay, sure. Let's see. I'm going to move a little bit. 1, 2, 4, well, 5. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. 6, 7, 9. Wow, I can really move 10? Okay, I could have done that at a much straighter path. So, a couple of things. First off, this is a little bit metagamey, but I took the amulet of the bayou.
Okay.
Which allows me to swim. I could breathe underwater.
Nice.
And also, I'm just naturally unimpeded by difficult terrain.
Perfect.
So I'm going to come up to this this dragon, but I would like to be under the water so that I can shadow meld.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm just going to, actually, I guess I'll...
Before you roll, tell me if you're targeting it with a power that uses heroic resources.
Right now, not targeting it at all.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be under the water. I'm going to meld to the ground, so I'm a shadow. And that just, it'll give me more movement next run. What I would like to do next turn is try to just jump on this thing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like fish out of water, jump up into the air, grab onto it, and then start pounding on it. But can't do that yet. So maneuver to shadow melt to the ground under the water, and then I'm going to take my other maneuver and use a recovery to heal up a bit.
Okay. That was Quartermain. Dragon will take its next turn. So it's going to do Gravity Well, which will get basically the water pushes down on Order and Blood Tusk. It is a cube, 4 and 10 enemies and objects. Targets make a might test, so Blood Tusk and Quarter might test.
And it gets a bane again.
Okay. It's not a power roll it's making, so I don't think this affects this one at all. You're making the test to avoid whatever it does. And the higher your result, the better. So, for example, Quartermain, you got only 10 sonic damage. You're dragon sealed if your presence is less than save.
I get an edge on my roll, so that does what?
+2.
Okay, I only got.
And that doesn't include your might, so you have your might as well.
So that's a 6 on top of that. So 8 and 6, 14.
There you go. So you have the tier 2, 12 result, 16 Sonic, presence less than 5, Dragon Sealed. Savings. Then, are either one of you Dragon Sealed at all?
I am. Yeah.
Presence, yes.
It'll do its maneuver, vestige of gravity, smash into you into the ground. Basically, you'll take 10. It ignores stability, so you'll take the full 10 damage. But if you're Dragon Sealed, it's actually 30 damage.
All right, I'm very close to death.
And then it will, that was maneuver in action. Its second action is going to fire a rays over at Sulfur and Dewey. Cosmic rays coming your way, guys. That's tier 3, 25 holy damage. Usually less than 6 weekend savings. Already weakened, you're dazed. That's the dragon's second turn done. Who wants to go next?
I will. Sulfur will.
All right, Sulfur.
So, okay, I'm dazed. I think, am I in with some sort of aura of the dragon?
Yeah, so he's got this burning aura thing going. Let me click that again so you guys can see it because it'll affect all of you. Till the end of the encounter, dragon sealed and weakened enemies, so that'll be a lot of you. In line of effect, so not under the water. Lose 1 heroic resource at the start of your turn to a minimum of 10. Then it doesn't use its cast. You guys will lose heroic resource at the start. Just 1.
Okay.
So you just
But
go a little slower.
I'm not dragon sealed, so does...
Oh, only if you're weakened. If you're dragon sealed... Oh, yeah, dragon sealed and weakened. Let me double check, make sure it's not dragon sealed. Each dragon sealed and weakened enemy, I think the intent is you have to be both. Could be read either way. So we'll say only if you're both.
Okay, so then... okay, so that doesn't affect me, but I am force moved, right? Because of the water?
Oh, yeah. This is your first turn, so you can...
Yeah.
You hit the wall here,
Okay.
and you're going to break right through it. You're going to take 6 damage. 1,
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10. I'll take you to that.
All right. But I'm dazed.
Oh, no.
So,
At least we're going to get to try the negative hit point rules real quick here. See how those work.
yeah. I mean, I can do one thing, right? I can move or... So I will move...
Yeah, if you get 3 squares east, actually, it will say, yeah, just 3 squares east. You're no longer force moved.
Okay. Then I'll do that.
Okay.
And that's all I can do because I'm...
Okay.
And now I'm no longer dazed, right? It's the end of my turn.
End of turn. Yeah, end of turn on that. So that's good. Blood Tusk, your turn.
All right. I think the only thing I really can do is get rid of all these horrible conditions and spend a recovery. So for myself, and it's only just for quarter and main that's in range. So the two of us can... We get 2 surges. We can spend a recovery, and I've totally forgotten that I'm Auric this whole time, so I can actually spend as many recoveries as I like, which is really good news.
Nice.
So I will spend 3 and just go right back up to from 8 hit points to 150 or stamina.
Nice.
So that is good. And then remove all conditions or effects that are affecting us. Stand up if you're prone. The good news is because the magic item I took, I actually can swim, and so all this water stuff is actually just fine for me. It's actually beneficial. So that was my action.
And did that use heroic resources?
That did.
Okay, it's going to use a triggered thing. It's got, takes a couple malice for it. It's called Face the Void. Hero faces the void. Target uses 1+ heroic resource ability. We got 19, so you take 20 psychic. This is after you use
the
your
bane
ability.
against me.
Okay, so that makes it a 17, so still 20 psychic.
Okay.
Presence less than 6, you're frightened, save ends. If you're frightened by that ability, you can't use the ability you just used till your frightened condition ends. Again, can't use it again.
So it blocks this?
No, it blocks future uses of it.
Future uses.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I'm frightened. Okay. Then let's see. Maneuver. I will just assist my friend Quartermain with my maneuver. Do I need to roll for that?
No, you do not.
And then I can move. So my movement name. I've got something. So I will move here. I'm done.
All right, that's into the round. Top of the next round, round 3. Everyone gets your heroic resources. I get 7 malice. Oh, I use 2.
I'm going to pray too there, Tom.
Okay.
I'm going to take damage.
Another 2 movements. I don't need to move. So I'll move. Try to be more centered.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll try if I could. Oh, wait. Let me see if I'm close enough because I got force moved.
I'm actually within range, and I could give people signature
okay.
attacks if you want.
Go ahead.
Okay, Quartermain.
So I'll actually go first. So what I will do is I'll swim again. Why not?
You get force move too, so make sure you do that.
What's that? Force movement again?
Yeah. Every round.
It doesn't matter if I have a swim speed.
That would help. We'll say it's only 5 minus your stability instead of 10.
My stability is 3 right now, so I moved
just
2
move 2.
back.
Yeah.
I'll just move over to be kind of here, closer to everybody. So all 3 of my allies can use a signature ability, and you get an edge with increased effect potency of 1 if applicable.
So that'd be like any of your powers that say, presence less than 6, frightened would be presence less than 7, frightened. Who wants to go first?
I'll do Warrior's Prayer real quick here.
Okay.
I selected a signature ability, so that's good. And that should be a tier, the highest tier success.
Yep.
For 14 holy damage to our foe, and then I'm done.
14.
You've got your 2 surges for it being marked. Roll 3 dice, keep 2. Spend 2 heroic resources.
10 more from that, at least.
And if
Not
you
a
need me to
crit.
move you, I can also move you. I can let you move up to 5 squares. Shift
Wait,
up to 5
that's so much.
squares. I know. It's a lot.
It's in the
chat.
It's
in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Discord chat if you want it.
I have it open for reference myself.
Yeah, because it's a lot. Get an edge, 2 surges, roll dice. It's partridge pear tree tough.
That was Dewey. Now Sulfur. You're doing a viscous fire?
Yes.
Okay.
So I rolled the D10, got a 3.
Okay.
So I think that's
A 6 plus 5 is
plus
11.
11 plus the edge.
12, 13. So yeah, you got tier 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
That's
of course, 2 surges, so 20 fire.
Yep.
And push 3, but it's got stability 6, so it doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Then Order gets a free one if he wants.
I don't have a signature.
I want to shift 5 if I can.
Yeah, I will spend do that.
You should have a couple signatures. I think you're...
They're both melee, though.
Oh, they're both melee. Okay. What else you got? Blood Tusk?
Let's see. I had given an assist to Quartermain. I might as well give an assist to someone else who wants it. I'll give it to Sulfur.
Okay. And I'm sorry, an assist does what?
What does it do? It's one of the maneuvers.
Edge.
Edge, I
Use
think?
an edge, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's an edge. Okay.
Yeah, so then you'll have 2 edges automatically when you attack a marked thing.
All right.
That is it. I'm done.
Dragon's turn.
It's no small thing that I'm alive. I mean,
It's
that was
amazing,
I know, right?
Yeah.
of
You
the-
guys have lasted this long. So yeah, actually, this will be the end of Blood Tusk. Dragon's just going to eliminate a couple of you guys here, make this easier for it. So the end of Blood Tusk turn is going to use its 3rd villainous action, which is Void Light Breath. So the infinite line, 3 wide. You two, Dewey and Sulfur, going to make agility tests.
Nope.
Well,
Oh,
don't
maybe
forget,
9.
your agility, that's 11. Okay, so yeah, your lowest tier, so you take 25 damage, Sulfur.
Dead.
Well, you're not
Or
dead.
0
Yeah,
HP.
actually, you have to track negatives in this system.
Oh, jeez.
If your intuition's less than 6, you're annihilated. Annihilated target must make a test again. Each subsequent test potency decreases by 2 for them. Creature that's reduced to 0 stamina in this way is instantly... Sorry, you are instantly.
Yep.
Oh no!
Blind
All that to say, you're instantly got it.
soul are utterly destroyed.
Wow.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye. And like a line just goes through the village and through the forests and through the mountains and obliterates everything that direction. Dewey, how'd you do? You did pretty good. You got 17 in an agility test, so that's a 15 damage. What's your intuition?
Well, I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay.
Your intuition is a 5, so you don't even get annihilated.
I don't even get
You just
annihilated.
took
You
15
don't even
damage.
get annihilated.
Just 15 damage is all you take. Oh boy. Okay. The dragons.
Let alone all the other worse stuff that could have happened to you.
Right. That was its...
Hey, here's a dumb question, but that advantage didn't help on that, did it?
on who?
They
On
gave the assist.
Sulfur? I think not,
Yeah.
because he's not making an attack.
Yeah, okay, that's just an
Yeah.
attack.
All right, then the dragon will do Cosmic Rays, 1 on Dewey and 1 on Blood Tusk. These are 21 holy damage to each of you. Agility less than 5 weaken save-ins. Then
That was on whom?
Blood Tusk and Dewey.
I took 25 again.
21 holy. Dewey, does that drop you to below 0?
It does have a Bane on me. Does that matter?
He has Bane on you. He rolled a 15. That'd make it a 13, so same effect. All right, so Dewey, while you're dying, condition die. Yeah, stamina 0 minus. Can't catch breath. Lose D6 stamina would make a might agility test. When you attack, use an action, use a trigger action. I think that last part of that might be wrong, and it's replaced by bleeding. You can't catch breath and you're bleeding. So, and bleeding's slightly different than what it says under dying, but it's the same thing. Okay, so that's the Cosmic Rays. And then it will just do that again on the 2 of you. Now your Bane's going to kick in. So this time, Blood Tusk, you take 15.
Right.
Dewey, you take another 21. You might be weakened or dazed. And the dragon's done. And Sulfur. And who wants to go next? Dewey or Quarterbane?
I would like to go.
Quarterbane, go for it.
Okay. What do you want me to do here at the
You
start?
leap up on the dragon?
Yeah. Do I get
your plan?
washed away and?
We could just hold on to that. I want to see this happen. So no, you hold that log, and then you're jumping on the dragon. There is a thing for climbing on creatures. You just have to make a test to hold
Okay,
on.
so let me grab my.
See what that
real quick.
test is. Turn or move. Okay. Climb onto a creature. He's unwilling. So you make a test. If you get a 12, you need to do a 17 to hold on to him. Basically, is what you need. So
Okay.
and it's a test. And you have hero tokens, so you can't really fail.
Ooh. Hey, hero tokens. That's something that we should
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
remember.
But you made it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you
so,
succeed. You're on him now.
Nice.
Cool. And I have so much movement, but yeah, I'll just be on top of this dude, and I'm going to make peace with your god. So that costs
Nice.
5 rage. The next ability that I roll is an automatically achieves a tier 3 result, and I gain 1
Dragons
surge.
can use something while you're doing this. It's free triggered. It's going to do field collapse. It's going to have the damage of your attack. Enemies and objects in your aura take 5 sonic and are pulled 5. The area of the aura reduces to 2. Don't forget you took 10 cold damage. Your stability is 3 Blood Tusk. So he'll pull you 2 basically.
Fine.
Or 3 to there. You're already right adjacent to him quarters, so nothing there. And then go do your ability.
Okay. Now I'm gonna do your entrails or your extrails.
Nice.
And this is a strike that's targeted at the dragon.
Okay.
It costs 3 rage
name.
normally. It costs 3 rage normally, so it's just a cost of 1 now.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
that
decreased
seems
it by
so
2.
good.
Also, right?
Yeah. Yeah, decreases it to 1. Let's see. Okay, so I'm down to 9 rage total after shenanigans, and I'm gonna find it here. Okay.
All right.
that's
Ooh, nice roll too.
Pretty good. Yeah.
And you get a reroll. If you roll a 10 on a D10, you'll be a crit. Okay, so the tier 3 result.
Yeah, which I guess it would have gotten anyway. But that's okay. A bunch of damage, but I'm gonna dump I guess all my surges into it.
Okay. I don't know if there's a limit. I think there's a limit of 3.
Okay.
So it'd be 15. So it'd be 30 damage, I think.
Okay.
That's whatever
And
else you got.
I will have 3 now. Actually, 1 surge for me I think it's 5 damage.
Yeah. So 3 of them be
Okay, so
15 plus 50 more is
right.
30. Yeah. He's having the damage because of his field collapse, so it'll be a 15 damage to him. His might is 5, so it won't be bleeding.
Okay. So that was maneuver and
I'm going to give you another hero token. Jump on the dragon.
Cool.
So you're up to 4. Use them or lose.
Yeah, please.
You could do extra stuff with those hero tokens too, like
Now's
giving
the time.
yourself more surges. You could spend a surge to make that potency of that attack better, so he actually is bleeding.
Oh. Wait,
Here's what you can do.
Go beyond a tier 3 result?
No, you can increase potency. So surges. Spend 2 plus 1 potency for 1 targeted creature. So potency is the number of the effects. So your effect is a might of less than 5 is bleeding. You can make it a might of less than 6.
Got it. Okay. Can we spend a hero token, or I guess?
Actually, that's a surge. You can gain 2 surges by spending 1. So yeah, you could spend 1, gain 2 surges, spend them right on that. Yeah, so I'll take that off there. And now
let's do
he's
that.
bleeding.
I think that pulls back some of the damage, right? Because I'd be effectively spending 5 surges.
I don't know if there's you can spend up to 3 to do damage, but I think you can do both at the same time.
Okay.
So you could spend 5. I don't know if say it is. And
Okay.
bleeding.
So yeah, just bleed forever. That's my turn.
All right, that was Quartermain. The dragon will go again then. So he will do Starfall. So more comets come crashing down. These were trailing behind the lead comet. Ooh, this one looks good. Let's do Starfall first. That takes 5 malice. 5. And what that is... There we go. Nice. It's 5 cube 2s on the map. So you'll get both... He'll do himself. He's not afraid. So that he can also get quarter. And Starfall is not enemies. Okay, the dragon drops stars on 5 2 cubes across the entire map. The affected area is considered difficult terrain. Each creature and object in the affected area must make an agility test. So everyone make your agility tests. I got 16
plus something, so I made.
So you can see the tiers. If you got low result, you're taking 20 holy and slowed and save ins. Medium is holy, slowed, save ins, and top end is just 10 holy. All right. So the dragon. And if you're making unfortunately, agility test and you're bleeding, you're going to be taking some damage from that. Condition, bleeding, make an agility test, you're going to take a d6 damage. Okay, so that'd be you, Dewey. Dewey, you got hit by this too. So the meteors all strike. The dragon isn't able to avoid his own meteor except for taking 16 holy and slowing him. Okay, so he did that as a malice feature at the start of his turn, and then he's going to do his actions on his turn. So he'll do the Cosmic Rays on Tusk and Quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tier 3 result, even with the 1 Bane. So 25 holy to both of you.
Huh?
Usually less than 6 weaken, save ends. And then he will end effect at the end of his turn. He can take 20 damage to end 1 save ends effect. This can't be reduced in any way. He'll reduce this. He's got bleeding saved ends. Or slowed. He's going to end the bleeding. He also took some damage for that bleeding. We'll say it's level 6. He's going to take 20 to end the condition.
Nice. I like that.
That's it for his second turn. Dewey, your turn. So Dewey.
So I have a thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Dewey is down, right?
He is at minus 41 right now. Yeah.
So I have a thing. When you start your turn, I can spend a recovery, and you get stamina equal to my recovery value. So you get 75. So I've not taken my triggered action yet.
Nice.
That's helpful.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that might be good. Thought you wouldn't object.
I like it.
Does that use a heroic resource at all?
No.
All right, so I'm going to spend my 11
Nice.
piety
From being a
on my
marshal.
turn
Uh-huh.
to give me and my allies within 10. You can spend any number of recoveries, can stand from prone, and any end of turn and save ends effects affecting them. And I can only take 1 action because I'm dazed, so that seemed like a good one.
That was a pretty good one. Dragon's going to use a power he's got triggered, Face the Void. So Dewey, you're going to take 16 psychic, and if your presence is less than 5, which it is, you're frightened, save ends. And you won't be able to use that ability again until you're not frightened. It'll be a while before you're back up to 11 or resources. Anyway,
True
yeah, did
fact.
that. That was into your turn. That's into the round. Next round is round 4. So there are 3 of you now. 4 is 7 malice.
And we cannot bring our friend down because he was totally annihilated. Is that right?
Yeah, 7. And then first person who wants to go. You guys have a preference?
I mean, I can go. Well, it looks like we actually don't need healing right now.
I need some rallying, but
What does that mean?
I'm frightened.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could remove conditions, but frightenment just means you can't get closer. Do you need to get closer to it?
I do not need to get closer. That's
And
fine.
I think you're okay with being frightened. So I will not do that ability I just got back. Let me do instead more of this damaging everybody. All right, so we will all gain 2 surges and use a signature ability with an edge as a free triggered action. And then after that, you can shift and become hidden. Does this thing automatically see us like the other ones?
You don't know for sure.
Okay, yeah, you might want to check. Because we will be able to become hidden even without cover or anything like that. Swim under the water. So I will start it off with my as well. All right, so I'm happy where I am, so I will use my patient shot. I will do automatically a tier 3, so 13 plus 12 is 25 damage plus 3 poison if it takes poison.
It does for 28 damage.
Okay. And then on top of that, I got my 2 surges plus 2 edges. And then, so that was my signature ability. So I don't know who wants to go next for a signature ability as a free act.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Go for it.
Boop
Hit
it.
and run. Getting at least an edge. No chance for a crit with that. So you got a 14 damage. You can dump 2 surges at the same time.
I was re-rolling for the edge,
Right.
which would put me above that would be a tier 3 result.
The edge doesn't get you the reroll. His rolling 3 dice is what the reroll is for. The edge turns the 16 into a 7. But the
Okay.
reroll also turns it already into a 17 without the... Anyway, so tier 3.
You have 2
Then you're going
edges.
to dump 2 surges?
Yeah, and I get those. Do I get
Those
those
come for
from
free,
hitting with-
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Let's
have 2
do that.
edges, 4 surges from me.
Or what is slowed? Do we want that?
He's already slowed, so...
Okay.
And he's already slowed
Okay.
save ins, so it won't matter.
More damage then.
So you could do another surge for a total of 3. Got it. All right.
Dewey gets a signature.
I get my signature. So do I roll 3d10 because of it being marked?
Yep, go for it.
Yep.
Not a crit, but tier 3 damage.
Okay, so the damage, I'm going to spend 2 surges, of course. The damage, this is going to be Warrior's Prayer.
Okay,
11 plus 10, 21 damage.
got it.
And that's all except I gain some temporary stamina.
All right. I will give, what do you call it? I will assist Quartermain as my maneuver, and then I am done.
All right. Then it will, on its turn, use a malice feature called Event Horizon.
Nice.
It puts a 1 cube black hole in an unoccupied square within 20. Each creature and object is vertically pulled 2 toward the black hole that started there each round, ignoring stability. That's the key, the ignoring stability part. If you have a might of 5 or greater, however, you can resist it.
Okay.
Creature or object that starts their turn in the cube suffers the effects of the dragon's Void Blight Breath ability, and the black hole disappears. Okay, so he did that. That took 10 malice to do that. 8, 10. Then he's going to go ahead and do the free strike on Blood Tusk with his free maneuver, Crescent Claws. Choose target in 3 and make a free strike. No banes when using this abilities against this target till start your next turn. So you have no banes on you until start. His free strike on you. This is going to do extra 5 damage because he took damage and his aura got bigger. So it's 15 Sonic Blood Tusk.
Okay.
And then he's going to do Cosmic Ray on both Blood Tusk and Quarter. That is the mid result. 21 holy to both of you. Usually less than 5 weaken. And then
Bane for me, does that lower it?
no Bane because of the thing you just used on you. Ignores Banes when using abilities against you.
That's for everything. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Then he'll do Gravity Well. This will only be on Blood Tusk. You get to make a Might test, Blood Tusk, to resist this.
Okay. So 2d10,
Nice.
17, and I get to add 6, so 23.
So you only take 10 Sonic. If your presence is less than 4, which it is, your Dragon Sealed save ends. You emit Golden Aura, you take extra 2 damage per square moved from falling or forced move into obstacles. And then he'll use Investiture of Gravity, which is a maneuver, on you. And he will just crush you into the ground for 30 damage. And he's done with his first turn. And then who wants to go next?
I could try to get him bleeding again.
Okay, go for it, Quartermain.
Okay.
You start in the
yeah.
aura, of course, so you can take 5 damage, or 10 damage. Suffocation might start to matter. You guys might look that up, know how many rounds.
Yeah, I think
you
I'm
have
on
to-
round 3, so
Okay.
I can maintain 5 rounds
5
before I
rounds?
start
Okay.
taking damage.
Is it suffocation
And-
from the water or some other thing?
It's from the void of space. That's all around.
How far out does that aura go again?
Guys, let me see if I can make sure you can see the save that. Okay, that's the aura. It's about, right now, 15 feet in all directions from.
2 entrails.
Ooh, nice. Chance of a crit. If you roll another d10 and get a 9 or a 10, it's a crit. No crit, but tier 3 result. And dump in all the extra damage.
Yes, please.
Oh, it's just some damage after you get past the limit. Okay, 30 damage to him. And did you want
is
to
there-
pump another one to get him bleeding?
No, I don't have any.
Okay.
I don't have any surges. I'm running dry.
Okay.
And you've got
So-
my
so-
edges and surges and all that, right?
Yeah. that's all
Also,
I'm
keep in
doing.
mind you spend 2 less, whatever your currency is,
Heroic resource, nice.
Right.
heroic resource, in case that matters.
Do I need to roll anything to maintain being on top of this dude?
No, not unless he tries to knock you, which he
Okay.
hasn't done yet.
And so if you can grab as a maneuver, this whole class, I've been playing it wrong, is built around like pushing.
Okay.
And but I don't know, like, can you knock somebody vertically down into the ground?
Let's see here. Grab is a maneuver. Melee one, might test. You can only be 1 size bigger than you unless you have a special thing.
Okay. All right. Never mind then.
Okay.
Carry on.
He is doing a trigger thing after your power that you just used. Base the void on you, Quarter. This is only a 10 on his check, though, so it's only 10 psychic damage to you, Quarter. And if your presence is less than 4, your frightened is. Save ends. Creature frightened by this ability can't use the ability that triggered it again until the condition ends. Okay. Then are you all done with your turn? Because you got some save ends things at least.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So for your save ends, just announce which one. You might only have one. This frightened. And then roll a d10.
Yeah. Okay. 3 plus.
Okay. Need a 6 or higher to save. So you're still frightened.
Okay.
In frightened condition, you have a Bane on ability power rolls versus the source. We got an edge to the source's ability power rolls versus you. You can't only move closer to known source location. New frightened replace hold. Okay, so you'll have an edge attacking you. And then he'll go after you go.
Question, did that void thing pull him closer?
No, I don't think it did.
Okay.
Oh, that because his might's 5, I think. Yeah, his might's 5. So is
For what it's
yours.
worth, I'm also a coward, which lets me run toward a target.
Oh,
that scared
nice.
me.
Okay. Okay, so the dragon will now go and use another of those. Yeah. So he's going to do ahead and do a starfall again. 5 malice. More meteorites come crashing down on you guys, affecting all 3 of you. And that's going to be star. You can make an agility test to avoid it. Dragon made it that time. Takes 10 holy. You can see the effects are
14.
And you're affected by this too, Dewey.
Sorry, I'm still buttons. I'll see the 2d10 now.
David, you have an agility test to avoid a meteor, right?
Yep.
There you go. So he did that, and then he's going to do, that was that thing. He's got 2 actions to go. So he'll do Cosmic Rays on Tusk and Quarter. It's going to be 21 holy to both of you, even with 1 edge. He's got an edge on you, Quarter, because of the thing he just did, so that's actually 25 damage, Quarter.
I'm going to lower that to by a tier with a triggered action.
Okay.
On everybody or just me? Or just
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody. So
So it'll be 1 tier lower on you, Quarter. It'll be 21 instead of 25. Do you lower it a tier, or do you give it... What exactly does the power do?
So this is my stratagem. When an enemy marked by you makes an ability power roll, you can spend 1 stratagem to decrease the result by 1 tier for each triggered action. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, we'll assume you are.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's see here. I just did the Cosmic Rays on the 2 of you, and then he'll do Cosmic Ray again. That's the lowest tier, so 15 holy for each of you. Okay. Dragon's second turn is done. Dewey, your turn.
Okay, well, Dewey will do a warrior's prayer to attack this thing.
We got to pull you to the event horizon. So you pulled in the event horizon, and then you get the void breath. So you're going to make an agility test. And the things are going to disappear after you do this. Nice roll. It's like the mid tier, 21 damage. And if your intuition's less than 5, you're good. Your intuition's 5.
Okay, that I'm good at.
Yeah, good thing to be good at. Now you can take the rest of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I probably want to move away from this thing, but...
Well, the void thing's gone now.
Oh,
Yep,
it's gone.
it's gone, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
it went
gone.
away.
All right.
You're okay.
So I'm going to shoot at this thing, and it's still marked, right?
Yep.
So I roll 3d10, and that is not a great result.
So 12 on the roll.
12
tier
plus
3.
5.
Yep.
17. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not so bad. That is still only 14 points of damage.
You have surges. You want to do more damage?
Yeah, if I got them. Oh, I get
more damage. Got it.
I get the surges to spend. And then, let's see, I need to use my piety to give 2 recoveries to my friend Blood Tusk and 1 recovery to me.
And,
thanks to
whenever I spend a recovery, I can spend as many as I want. So if you want to give 2 to you and 1 to me, if that's a
okay. That sounds good.
And don't forget to track your maximums, because you'll probably be getting close to the limit.
Yeah, I'm going to be down to just 1 recovery after this.
All done, Dewey?
I'm all done.
All right, round 5. Everyone get your heroic resources.
Yay.
There's 3 of you, so for round 5, that's 8 more malice.
I want someone to go before me.
Who wants to go first? Quarter?
Yeah, I can. I think I'm just stuck in doing the same thing at this point.
All right, go for it.
Actually, I'll use
Don't forget your damage
Yes,
from the void and cold. If this is really the void of space, the water should be like frozen solid right now. Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1d3 plus 1 rage at the start of my, and then you did damage to me, therefore it's another. All right, I've rage just like coming out of every orifice at this point, and I don't really have a lot that I can do with it, which is it's a little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna spend 11 for elemental fury, and what it does is it gives me 10 stamina, and then I can choose a damage type to gain immunity to. Is that right? Until the encounter ends or I start dying. And I return 10 damage of the type selected. Okay, so yeah, basically I'm turning on thorns, and I think it'll be, I want the immunity to, right, immunity to, no, I don't get immunity. It just returns damage. Okay, so I'll just return cold whenever it's dealt to me, I guess. Okay, I'll post the ability in chat. Let's see if there's a thing for it. Okay.
Nice, okay.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna spend down 11 rage to do that. It's me at 4, and that's just a maneuver. So I'm gonna also do entrails or extrails. That's only gonna cost me 1 because it's against the marked target. And let's do that. Cool. So 13. And then we get the 2 surges from the mark.
Okay, and the mark's granting a chance for crit. There's no chance for crit with that roll, but it's granting edge, which offsets the bane, which means that's a tier 2. And then you're dumping 3 surges into damage. Is that the plan?
The 2 surges.
2 surges. Okay, so that's 22 damage, and its agility is might is high enough that it's not bleeding. It's going to use its triggered action after you did that. Face the void. So you got to make a. Oh wow. Okay, it's going to be critical on that, but it doesn't matter. It's not his turn. Might matter. 20 psychic damage to you. Your presence less than 6, your fright and save ends, and you can't use that power again until you know.
Okay.
Okay, that was its triggered.
That
Anything
is-
else, Quarter?
That is it.
All right, that ran over. No, Quarter was the first one. Okay, now the dragon's going to go. The dragon's going to use the Starfall. So the Starfall's going to come down, taking out 5 malice. 5 more meteorites striking down all around you guys. Going to make an agility test to avoid damage, and it's going to hit you 2 Quarter, therefore hitting it. So it's got an agility test. Shit makes 10 holy. Then after it does the Starfall, it's going to do Cosmic Rays on Blood Tusk and Quarter. That's going to be, see, it's got a bane on you, Blood Tusk. That'd drop it down to 21 if it's you, Blood Tusk. 25 versus you, Quarter. Then Gravity Well on you, Dewey. Dewey, you got to make a might test.
Okay.
All right. Looks like you're taking 20 Sonic and presence less than 6. You're going to be Dragon Sealed. Then he's going to go ahead and do Investiture of Gravity as a maneuver, doing 30 more damage to you, Dewey. And then he's done for his first turn. Who wants to go next?
So I could go and grant recoveries or removing conditions, or I can give signature attacks if people. I mean, it depends on how much. It looks like we're pretty hurt. Should I do a round of healing? It's like I should.
Probably. I have 4 recoveries left.
Yeah. Okay. So I will do that. We all gain 2 surges. We can spend a recovery and remove any conditions or effects that are affecting you. If you're prone, you stand up.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. I'm down to 1 recovery is the problem. Effects are gone. That was my action. So then as my maneuver, spent 7 on that, but 3. And that was a heroic ability. Then anything else there? So I will assist my friend Quartermain, and I am done. And I think Quartermain, if you didn't shake the fear, this should get. I think the effect goes away.
Oh, nice. Okay, he's going to try and knock you off, Quartermain, with his
powers.
maneuver. So let's see. Does maneuver, knock off, might test for creature. He gets a... Oh, shoot. That's only a 9 on his might test. Oh, no, for the creature who is on you. So, Quarter, you get to make a might or agility test to avoid getting knocked off. So that's a 16, looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to slide to a vacant adjacent space you choose.
Can I slide somewhere else on his body?
No. A space adjacent to him you choose.
Okay.
All right. Then he's going to fly up and away into the kingdom to wreak more havoc. His tail between his legs defeated by you guys, and now the armies will have some chance of fighting against him, and you can recover with the armies to chase him down as well. You got him below bloodied, and you're holding on pretty good, I thought, at the end there. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I've got full hit points.
Yeah.
we only lost one teammate.
Only lost one person. When you realize, I think, the powers you have at high levels, and you played it for a long time, it wouldn't have been that tough of an encounter. I think it'd still be tough. But you guys have so many resources, and you played them really well as you're starting to kind of ramp up.
Yeah,
at
it's
the end.
very hard to remember. It's almost like I need to redo my character sheet to just have I found myself in my Word document redoing things while we played. Like I put an M in front of maneuver powers and the amount of I had a whole index Word document with whether it was triggered, maneuver, action, and what it costs. And it takes a lot. You got to really be on top of it. But once you do that, you start getting better.
So yeah, you guys are received by the king and the nobles as great heroes, having fought the initial onslaught of the dragon, slowed him enough time for people to get away, for people to avoid the flood, and for the armies to overcome the dragon. You're welcomed into the king's, palace, and they will definitely be naming villages and bridges and dams and such all along the river valley after you. And that is the end.
Nice.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Tactical, heroic, and cinematic.
All right. Level 10 is, man, that's... I didn't realize what I was asking you guys to do when I said make a level 10 character. I apologize. I didn't think it could be... There's a lot to it.
Yeah, no, there is a lot. And what's kind of interesting about that, I mean, I have not played up until this point, if that's not painfully obvious. But there's a distinct lack of rhythm in these turns and in what your characters are doing and what other characters are doing because of the things that you're doing, that I think that feels like it bogs things down. There's a lot of hide and seek with your character sheet just by virtue of how much stuff you have.
Yeah.
So I definitely have mixed feelings about the game just at first blush, but I'm sure it plays better or
a lot
more
of
smoothly at lower levels.
are going to this alternating back and forth type system, and I prefer, just having a set initiative. Seems to really rapid fire the turns that way. Now this, if your group enjoys tactical discussions during combat and changing strategies and stuff like that, this affords more of that up, which I think is what
Absolutely.
Matt really enjoys. And therefore it's going to reflect what his enjoyment is, I'm sure.
Yeah, I try to take
Maybe
a hybrid approach.
Yeah.
For Distal, you do choose the initial lineup basically,
Uh-huh.
and then after that it's
Set.
stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes life easy.
Daggerheart's really
I would-
interesting because it doesn't even, you don't even necessarily take a turn every turn, and you don't always take just one turn. So a lot of systems are getting like,
Yeah, I would definitely remake my character now that I've played it.
oh god, yeah. And
Like,
magic items are
this is
vitally
where you
important
realize,
too,
oh,
I'm
wait.
sure. Right. And
Because it's hard when you make your character, you don't know whether, how much healing do I need, how much movement do I need, and there are powers that I didn't use at all in either encounter, and I'm like, oh yeah, because I already have something that does that, and I should have taken something else that would have given me, a thing I lack.
yeah.
That would have helped me a lot. I had a lot of things that were sort of overlapping and not enough things that were added versatility. So,
Yeah. Surges turn out to be pretty important to get damage output, don't they?
yeah.
Hugely important.
Yeah.
You can get 2
And-
surges every round. That's really helping.
Yeah, I'd be really curious if I hadn't made a tactician, I was playing something else, would I have had so much damage that would have compensated for it, or would it have been harder? I don't know, because it feels like I'm doing a lot, but then a lot of times I'm not damaging.
Yeah, no,
Sort of
yeah,
a
I
your
feel like
role
you were doing a lot.
your role really feels like support, but it was very valuable support.
But like
Yeah,
every
okay.
3 turns or so, when I'm having all 3 of us do a signature ability, like that's pretty powerful,
Yeah.
especially those extra 10 damage to everybody. I mean, that's 30 just on the extra damage right there on my turn, and then we're all getting a signature on top of that, right? Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
What a multiplier.
Yeah.
I felt like when I ran the first one, the low level one, with lots of low level opponents, there's a lot more forced movement, cinematic aspects that way. When you're playing against solos, there's not necessarily as much, especially when they have really high stabilities. So you kind of lose that aspect. That's a fun aspect of the system.
Yeah.
By virtue
Well,
of
listen.
creating a level. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta drop out, guys.
Okay, Dave.
Okay.
Tom, this was fun and fascinating. Thanks
Yep.
for putting all this effort into it. Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
David.
really appreciate your prep always. Amazing.
All right, guys. Thanks for playing again. I hope I get to play with all you guys again
Thank
sometime
you all.
in the
Yeah,
future.
that was awesome.
And
Really
have a
time.
good weekend.